It's just leading.
It's your boy D.
I'm sorry. We're filling in a homeroom with Smooth. Class is now in session.
All right, guys, girls, and people everywhere else. Listen, I know this is a touchy subject, but we're gonna talk about it anyway because people have opinions. Should kids be allowed to transition? All right, that is the topic of the evening. But first, I'm gonna introduce my guests. We're gonna go ladies first, and we're gonna go around across the bottom and back, and Razor will be last. So take it away, Mooncake.
Yeah, I am Mooncake. I stream here on Twitch. I just play video games like League of Legends and Minecraft. I do a little bit of political stuff. And yeah.
Cool.
Are we introducing and then doing your topic, or just introducing?
Oh, just introducing.
Okay,
everybody.
sorry.
Solus?
Call me what you want, just don't call the police on me.
You can't be serious.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, that's all. Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Hi,
Oh God.
name's Razor of Razor Sharp Gaming 96 here on Twitch.tv. I am also streaming. I'm also streaming this as I have been for the past 50 minutes. Sort of. I like to chill, play video games. I guess you can say I'm a variety streamer. I don't know what I'll play whenever, and if I want to talk about politics, I'll talk about politics. But join me and talk with me whenever.
Okay, cool. So let's get everyone's position established, and then we'll go from there. So
I'm gonna get dogpiled.
So Razor, go ahead.
On the topic of, and I have multiple articles ready to go with multiple different screenshots of sections of those articles.
Okay.
When it comes to the topic of trans youth, it actually a lot of studies have already been done in terms of understanding gender identity. The earliest has been shown for kids to show gender non-conforming what's the word I'm looking for here? Gender non-conforming
Behavior?
visual cues and behaviors is around the age of about either between 5 and I believe 8. I didn't get a chance to double check all of my shit. But there have been a lot of studies on the effects of youth transitioning, like a study from American Academy of Pediatrics, where gender identity 5 years after social transitioning. And I want to be sure that we have this down pat. When I say transitioning, youth transitioning, it does not mean anything about surgeries or heavy chemicals. It is mainly just social transitioning, where they pick, like, if it's someone who's transitioning to a girl, they go by she, her, and they pick a girl's name, and that's it. And it'll just go on from there for the longest time. And then when they start to reach puberty age, they'll be given what's called puberty blockers in order to give them a little bit extra time to be sure that this is what they want, while talking with a doctor, their parents, and anyone else that they need to get to be sure that there's no long-lasting side effects on the kid, and any kind of a side effect that can be taken care of by taking a vitamin is not that big of an issue.
Okay. Solus?
I'm not gonna hold this movie blindsided me with this shit. That's it. I would say, just off the top of my head, I could be convinced that transitioning kids is okay with a lot of data and a lot of studies that tell me so. But just
Mhm.
by heart, it doesn't really seem to make sense to allow a child to make that decision. It just doesn't click with my brain of why you would let a child tell you that. Furthermore, I don't even like. I think me and Razor probably talked about this like in past. Well, might not have been Razor, but like this whole trans shit is new to most people, and I don't. I would greatly question a kid in today's world telling me that they want to be trans, but as a non-position as that may be, that is my position. Like just being honest.
All right. Mooncake.
Uh, okay, so this topic I think is actually really complicated. Because just to start, I do acknowledge that there are like legitimately trans kids, right? Like they know from a really young age that they are trans, and I truly do believe that. I guess what my worry is about letting them transition too early in childhood is that there's mental health issues that we are not considering, right? I think it's about almost 50 to 60% of trans people have other mental health issues, right? So something else is going on. So I want us just to get down to the nitty gritty of what else is going on before we transition some people. Because people can be feminine presenting men or masculine women. They don't have to transition, right? I just don't want kids to be going on medication so young when we aren't completely sure this is what they'll want 7 years from now, right? And yeah.
Yeah, so to state my position, it's a bit like mooncake, and I'll expound on that last because that last part is really me. Like as far as like kids go, right? Kids do a lot of dumb stuff, and kids change their mind all the time. They go from wanting to be a firefighter to being an astronaut to being a computer guy to being a content creator to I want to be a plumber. Oh, I thought the trash guy was cool today. I want to go be a trash guy. Like that's what it is to be a kid. Kids change their mind all the time, and to force a kid into basically a decision so young that's so impactful, I think it's a bit irresponsible. I think you can kind of just let the kid exist, let them be a kid, and let them fall into who they are themselves first. Like they haven't even figured out who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like as a person individually, and then to go, I'm gonna then change your gender now. We're gonna make you into this gender that you might be expressing qualities of, but you might still have other things that still of your original gender. And I just don't think that's fair to the child. But yeah, we can have the open discussion now.
Okay, so I really quick want to. So one of the articles I have ready to go is, as I said, gender identity 5 years after social transition, which that is usually what people do when it comes to trans youth. It is usually for the young age. It's just a social thing. The kids are allowed to be kids. They're allowed to be who they are. The parents will simply let them do that and will run with them. I will read I'll read the results and then I'll give you the method. Or do you want me to read the method first?
Um, well, okay, wait.
Can you
What are
send the
we?
link? Can you send us the link?
Yeah, yes,
Like
I will
just
the
send
link
you.
to the
I will
article?
send you.
yeah, so
Yes,
we
I
can
will send you a
actually
link in the group in the chat. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so we can actually see it. I'm even even with that, like I think that study is irresponsible because again, like you're dealing with the most fickle group of individuals you can.
Oh
Children.
wait. So
Children rock back and forth a lot. Go ahead.
No.
do you not
Okay.
think children should transition at all? Is that what your thing is? Like you just don't think they should transition at all?
Oh,
Like
me?
period. Yeah.
Yeah, my stance is at all because
Mm.
my thing is legally you're not you tell the kids, yo, y'all shouldn't be having sex, yo, y'all shouldn't be doing this, that, and the third. And my thing is to transition them means like, okay, you can do this other thing that adults do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's an adult behavior. And I
Um.
think once you get into hold on.
Sorry.
Once you get into actually like the social transitioning thing, like not letting the kid go by, if the kid's name is Billy and he wants to go by Barbara, what the fuck ever. All right. Like like literally what the fuck ever. However, once you go in and you start saying, yo, like you really are Barbara. You know what I'm saying? Like acknowledging what the kid wants without making that the kid's reality is it's my thing, because you start this cycle of this kid now basically not acknowledging his real life and what he or she actually is, because
Okay,
your real life, once you when you're looking in the mirror like that, and you're now basically lying to yourself every day, that's going to put a mental toll on you somewhat, when when you're running out into a mass populace that's going to reject that idea.
I'll tell you now, the framing that you were giving is just a little bad, because let me rephrase that. The framing of saying transing the youth is always a really like bad take or bad framing, because it's no one is like saying you have to do this. It's literally just the kids go like a little someone who's born a kid who's born male will start to show signs that they're not, and the parents will be like,
What?
is he, well, no, yes,
Wait, huh? Yeah, you're gonna have to repeat that, buddy.
sorry, yeah, they're like uh a kid who is born male will start showing signs that they are more feminine, like again the whole gender trait, the whole gender traits and everything.
Yeah.
And the parents will look at that and go, that's a little, we'll think, that's a little strange, like what's going on there. And then maybe they'll talk to the doctor. Maybe they'll end up talking to the doctor about it if the kid continues doing it and wants to be called Barbara, as you said. And the parents will say like, oh, okay, I guess. Then they'll go to their doctor. The doctor will look over, probably just do like talk to the kid, have all this things figured out, try and figure out exactly what's going on with them. And again, you're right, kids are fickle. They can every once in a while change, which is why when I said heavy monitoring in the troop chat
It's not
the other
even
day,
heavy once in a while. They always change. Always.
no, I said heavy monitoring. That's why I said heavy monitoring. Like I want there needs to be heavy monitoring, especially at a young age. Good.
Can I pose something? Right. Because the crux of what my position is, like, in the conversations with the admittedly few trans people I've had in real life in mine, I've seen trans people debate with each other shit like integral to the identity. Being trans is somebody that suffers from gender dysphoria, whether or not being trans is a desire to change one's genitals or have a sex change, whether or not sex and gender are two different things, whether like the trans identity. That's what I mean when I say it's, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the trans identity is debated amongst trans people. It's a very new thing that's unsolid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I y'all was there. Motherfucker asked a trans person, "What is a woman?" and it like shut down the internet for like fucking month. Like y'all remember when that happened, right? Like,
yeah,
it's so.
Well, Matt Walsh asked that in bad. It is
regardless,
nuanced.
but you can read, like, you can. I've done that exact same debate with just like a debate bro trans chick, and the same shit happened as far as like there wasn't really a clear answer that was given. My point in all this is saying that this is some shit that trans people themselves are still parsing out. So a kid saying this to me, I will be hard pressed to like go to.
So
you got snatched up by the Matrix.
you got that was wrong.
Yeah, he got snatched up.
Okay,
what was the last thing you heard me say?
So you said so a kid.
I said that
oh no,
and I could be what?
He got him again.
you start up and then it immediately starts making
like,
you again.
Every time you say whatever you said, so a kid, and then it just
The Matrix don't want to say it.
It is bullshit.
that makes you not
Man,
want
the
them to be heard.
My
CIA,
point,
the
wait, my point
FBI.
simply being is that wait. So TLDR, my point simply is that this is some shit that trans people themselves are still parsing out. So a child espousing this to me would be something that I look at heavily side-eyed.
But
So the
I feel
term
like
that you're, so the
So
term
hold on,
that
wait.
that
Okay, go.
sorry,
Hold on.
sorry, okay.
oh sorry, no, it's okay. I just feel like in the 90s, like at least from what I've seen, right? Like old like documentary films and stuff, trans was always a thing, right? People knew they were trans.
Always
And
has
that's why
been.
I do believe that trans kids definitely exist. Like there are those like few, right? Because this isn't like a whole bunch of the population or anything. This is less than 1% of the population.
Mhm.
Some of them do recognize from a really early age, like, oh shit, like I'm in the wrong body, or they're experiencing those feelings. And I do think it is real, and we need to confirm that for them, only because the suicide rates are so high, right? What's the harm in confirming this as long as it keeps your kid happy,
Live a
right?
life.
If they want to wear dresses and go by Jessica, just let them.
So
Yeah, but
so real fast.
no,
So real fast. Because I do want to like, because I did, like I said, I linked the article that I'm currently reading from. This will help with this. They looked at the rate of retransitioning and current gender identities of 317 and initially transgender youth, which that's about 208 transgender girls, 109 transgender boys, about 8 years at the start, 8 years old at the start of the study. So at that age when they were, the results were that they found that after 5 years after the initial social transition, 7.3% of the youth retransitioned at least once. So there's the whole thing of possibly being a little fickle, like going back and forth a little bit, because it says at least once. So they probably did it multiple times. At
you
the
said
end of
7
this
years.
period,
Wait, how old were they when this study was ended?
they okay. So it started at 8. They started at 8,
And it ended. They were.
and 5 years. 5 years later, so 13
That's a
before they go.
that's a dog shit. That's a what? Wait. That's
So before they go, before they hit before they actually
oh.
go into puberty, before they actually start hitting puberty, basically.
Oh, and I
Or
get the point
when
of
their
the study,
hormones
but
start going in.
no, I get the point of
So,
13-year-old, not
Hold on, wait.
that much.
are you?
Yeah, it
What?
snatched you up again, man.
It's that
No, I
shit
said
again. The
the
last
difference.
bit.
No, the thing I said is that the difference between a 13-year-old and an 8-year-old is that really that much? Like, is that a huge?
It's a lot, actually.
13
it
and
very
18
much
year
is.
olds?
No,
No,
eight.
an
No,
8-year-old and a
13.
13-year-old.
Oh,
5 years later.
yeah,
There's
that's
a
definitely a
lot.
big difference. Yeah, one's a
So,
child.
I
one's
mean,
a
no.
teenager.
One is no. I mean, one's a kid and one's a slightly older kid.
Yeah, but there's a difference because of hormones
So-
that they end up dealing with when they
Yeah.
hit teenage years. So at the end of the period, most of the youth identified as binary transgender youth, 94%, including the 1.3% who retransitioned to another identity before returning to their binary transgender identity. A total of 2.5% of the youth identified as cisgender and 3.5 as non-binary. Later cisgender identities were more common among youth whose initial social transition occurred before age of 6 years. Their retransitions often occur before 10 years. So they're given a fuck ton of time before they get anywhere near medicine, before they get anywhere near doctors intervening with hormones and stuff. And they'll usually, if they are not actually trans, will stop by 10.
Bro,
Is this
hold
study
on,
continue
hold
to their
on, hold on.
18?
Stop. Wait. They said they had children between 3 and 12, bro.
No.
No,
Wait,
if you
wait.
read the
In the
methods,
study, yeah, sorry, yeah,
yeah, the average age was 8. They had
the average
children
age, sorry,
between
yeah.
3 and 12. Fucking
Yeah,
3?
the average age. Sorry, I misread the 8 part.
3?
Yeah. Yes. There are trans women out there.
3?
There are trans women out there who say that they've always known since that age. That's an actual yes, there are trans women who legitimately say that. Yes. They say that there are trans women who admit that they at the age of 3.
Wait. Question.
You keep
Snatched them up
getting
again.
taken by the aether. You keep being taken.
No, I said if you're 3 years old, do you would they to be something different biologically? Because how so is a fucking 3-year-old?
Wait, how? Wait, say it. You said how socially? You said
I
how
said,
socially?
what are they at 3 years old? You know that what you don't like to play with particular toys, like you prefer Barbies over GI
So
Joes. Is that
okay, so it's okay. Let's say you have let's say you have a mother and you have a mother and a father. Uh,
Mhm.
like
Hmm.
you obviously will see what they do. You obviously like how they act. Like dad does this, mom does this. This is how this like this is obviously like they don't know male female, but they know mom dad. So
Yeah.
and then they'll start at that young age, like if they're a young boy, but they start doing everything the mom does. That can be an issue. That can actually
Wearing
be
dresses,
a
trying to
thing.
wear dresses.
Yeah, we're starting to try to
Confusing.
wear dresses, using her makeup and stuff, all that type of stuff, all that. And then as they grow older, if they continue with that if they continue with that with these thoughts, continue with these actions, then there's something to be said. Like at that young age, they already knew and they were acting on
Can
it
I add in
because kids
something?
are
I
yeah.
got a chat, so I'm still on like I'm still for some kids, just like I just want more mental health help. But I just thought this was I should read this out. Somebody said gender dysphoria equals transgenderism. Sorry, transgenderism. I think we need to start treating transgender as a mental health crisis. Would any of you agree with that?
No.
I'll let the trans people figure it out. They keep that's why I was that's why I
Gender
was like, I'll
dysphoria.
let trans I'll
No,
let trans people
no,
do
that
that,
see
whatever.
right there. That's so that right there is an argument for what's called transmedicalism, where
I know.
where that ends up excluding a lot of trans people who legitimately do have these feelings of being
So,
the opposite gender, and but they are not able to because either money, where they're at, or just mental faculties, executive functions being gone, stuff like that. They just can't seem to get the treatments that they want, even when they're older. And that's not even counting the kids. I'm not even talking about the kids with that one. But when it comes to kids, it's harder to do. It's harder to say that you have to have dysphoria in order to be considered trans, because at that point they don't even know what that is. They don't know what's going on with that. And even the doctors can't fully give them they have gender dysphoria right away at that young age. It's nearly
So
impossible.
also just to add in
so,
there, the
so
one thing that does concern me, sorry, or Smooth, do you have like a question?
no, go ahead. You can go
No,
ahead.
sorry, I was just gonna say the one thing that concerns me, right? So the reason I said I don't have an issue with some childhood transitions, right, is because some kids genuinely know. The reason I want them to wait until they're older is because the issue is when you haven't reached puberty, especially let's just say it's a boy transitioning to a woman or to a girl, right?
Yeah.
When you don't hit puberty, your entire penis doesn't like grow to its proper size, right? How it would if you would have probably hit puberty. So unfortunately,
Yeah.
if you do ever want to consider bottom surgery, it's a lot more dangerous and a lot more difficult because they don't have the real estate to work with.
Yeah.
Also, you're at a higher risk of having no feeling down there, right?
Yeah.
And I think these are things to consider. And it's kind of what
Oh yeah.
happened with
No.
Jazz Jennings.
No, yeah, no, that's that 100% I agree with you on that front. It's
So,
a lot of doctors
so,
also agree with you. Doctors will
so
talk to their patients when they are getting to when they're getting to that age, even before they take the puberty blockers. They'll let them know, hey, if we give you this, and you have and if we give you this now, you'll be able to have a little bit more extra time. And then after that, we might be able to start doing hormone replacement therapy to have you continue on to the path that you have obviously chosen to stick to. Now, but are you sure you want to do that? We might not have enough to work with if you decide
bro,
to go with the transition when you're 18 or older.
yeah,
So there is a
they
constant
literally said in
conversation.
your same I'm reading your study that you sent,
Yeah.
the thing you sent.
Yes.
You got the study?
They said there was hold on, there where's that block at? Cuz they said there was a good portion of them that were already on puberty blockers when it started. Like
Yeah.
they
So
literally
they were
went
probably
they
a
what
precocious puberty,
yeah, I
possibly.
think the number was 37, and then there were more that begun puberty blockers as as the study went on. And my thing is like this whole study, like they leaned into like an actual community of people that were already doing said thing. Like
Yeah.
that's not a real study to me. If you're gonna
No.
study it, you need to no. So look, if you're gonna do a study of how this works mentally on people, you need to get other people that would not as well. Like they went to communities that were already prone to be that way and then did a study and said, well, here's how this works. And
Okay. So
they only did 317 people. And granted, the community of people that this actually does affect and would go through this is small. So yeah, they have their work cut out for them. But however, to present this as like great results or like this is how this is gonna go is kind of disingenuous. Like
no,
because
that's how
because
that's how
now
most
no
studies work.
now you get other kids that aren't even like that are like not even close to there being pushed into situations and roles that they normally wouldn't even go in
Okay,
because if
so
somebody's like, oh, I have this study.
okay, so there's a not conversation. There's an argument that a lot of TERFs and transos have made in the past that they are fucking stupid for making this argument because they don't understand what it actually entails. And that is the whole talk on the guy by the name of John Money. Do you guys know about that or no?
No.
No, sorry, I'm not familiar.
Okay, so John Money, terrible fucking individual, complete piece of shit. Glad he's dead. He, in a way to, I believe I might be misremembering this, but I know what the end point of the study eventually showed, but I don't remember why he started it. It was something about wanting to prove that your gender. I think wanting to prove that your gender is inherent, and show that not inherent. It is you can be changed if someone does enough to you. So he basically tortured a little boy, forcefully gave him sexual reassignment surgery, and made him be a girl. Just did basically tortured this little kid and turned him into a girl, like forced him.
Okay.
Kid killed himself because he knew he wasn't a girl, but he was now stuck like that.
Wait, sorry.
Wait.
That's a thing that TERFs use
Sorry.
in order
What-
to say, see,
what
this
does
is
that
what
have
this
to do
is
with
why you
what I
can't.
said?
I'm getting it. No, I'm getting. Hold on, I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Yeah, because this don't have nothing to do with it. Like,
No,
go ahead.
I'm getting there. I'm saying what I'm saying is when I bring that up is that it has been shown already with that particular heinous study and experiment that John Money did, that your gender is who you actually are, and trying to be a different thing leads to your mental health issues where you will want to commit suicide. And it's and that's why whenever trans youth with their with the numbers being so high for offering themselves,
What do you
it's
what do you
because
mean
they're
your gender
not
is who
being.
you are?
Your gender is just who you are. Your gender and your gender is who you are. So like a trans
But
girl,
what's that?
a trans girl will if a trans girl is raised as a boy, they become mental. They are mentally unwell. They become mentally unwell to the point of wanting to commit suicide because they know they're not in the. They know in their heart that they're not in the right. They feel that they're not in the right body. And I know the whole thing of like you born in the wrong body is a topic that a lot of trans people try to get away from because that sounds weird, but that's like the easiest way to try and say it well enough.
But saying you're born in the wrong body is a bit. That's
Yeah, so yeah, it's a
'cause
bit.
as we had this conversation. Wait, did the fucking Matrix get me again?
Yeah, it did.
A little bit.
I figured. But no, so we had this conversation. I'm imagining it like if I had to talk to one of my little homies about this and they were saying that they feel that they were that they're like the wrong gender, I would ask that question of like, what do you mean by you're born in the wrong body? Like what does that what does that mean exactly?
Actually, just to back up Razor's point, it's funny, I'm playing devil's advocate. There was a documentary, I remember watching this in elementary school here in Canada. They had a boy was born, right? The circumcision, sorry, I can never pronounce that word.
Circumcision.
It went wrong, and
Word.
they had to take off his entire penis. This is when he was a baby, okay?
Tough.
So the doctor literally said, you should raise him as a girl, right? Like, do not tell him that he was born as a boy, raise him as a girl. That's what they attempted to do. He eventually, right? And this, as soon as he could speak, was like, no, like, I'm a boy, something's wrong, right? And he would bother his parents about it. When he found out, he turned to drugs, alcohol. Eventually, she found out at the time that he was he and what had happened. He ended up, I believe, killing himself later in later years. And I think that just shows that they knew they were actually even being raised as a girl, not in the right body.
Yeah, so this whole
I mean,
idea
like,
of
they were
forcefully
raised as a
translating
female-
the kids
wait.
Wait.
They were raised as a
Girl.
as a
In
girl.
actuality, they were a male.
Yeah,
Yes.
they were born as a male. Technically, yeah, but with what happened with the thing, I will try to get you the documentary because I remember watching.
Okay,
it.
in that particular instance, okay, I get that somebody's heart was probably trying to be in a really good place, but that's horrific that they did.
Oh, yeah,
that is
no, that's
horrific. I
terrible.
agree with you. That is horrific.
That's absolutely
Yeah.
horrific.
Yeah,
Like-
no trans activist or trans rights person would say that was a good thing.
No
It's
question,
fucking-
but
it's
that
terrible.
person.
Oh, here it is.
But the thing, what I'm getting at is, so the thing that tips somebody off to know that they want to switch genders is that they feel like physically they are something that they're not. Like they're in the wrong thing. They're in the wrong machine. They need to be in a different mech, basically.
That's like the easiest way to describe it. Yes, it's like it's not fully accurate, but it's enough. But it's good enough description to get the point across.
No, because I was like, this is what becomes confusing to me about this
I
is
sent
that,
it to you
like,
guys.
and again, this is shit that I've seen trans
Okay.
people argue like with each other, like sex and gender being two completely different things that have nothing to do with each other, and that gender doesn't necessarily have anything to do with anything physical, but the statement also of like, I'm born in the wrong body. You can see how that doesn't really, like,
yeah, that's what makes it a little bit confusing. And like we would have so much more. We would have so much fucking more details about this if World War II had never happened, because the largest trans medical center with all of the trans research it had in 1930s got burned down by Nazi Germany. We would be so far ahead. We would probably already have artificial
isn't there an
wounds
entire
at this point.
society of lady
Nah,
boys in Asia that have been doing that for like,
That's more femboy thing, which they know they're still male, but they don't mind acting feminine.
Isn't that being a
That is
male
not being trans.
No, but being a male that socially and otherwise identifies as a woman, is that not being trans?
No.
What is being trans?
Oh god. Sorry, like okay, when you say lady boys, I think
Sorry,
of femboys.
No, not femboys. No. The lady boys in Asia. That's what I'm talking about. They are males, but they otherwise socially and every other way they identify as a woman. Is that not being trans?
Wait,
they fully identify and they say they want to be a woman, but they were born males.
No, saying they are a male, right? They will not deny their biological reality, but in every other social aspect, they identify as a woman and operate as a woman.
So
that is a form.
Like woman.
That is a form of being trans. That can be seen as a form of being trans.
Wait,
that
are
is
you
trans.
saying? Wait. Are you saying that at some point these lady boys? Because I know what you're talking about. They go back to being like a male at some point again.
No. Wait. Let's establish one thing before we have.
Because if anything,
being a male,
wait
a second. Being a male and being a female and being a man and being a woman, right, is supposedly supposed to be two different things. I'm saying these are males. They are biologically a male, but every other aspect of their existence, they identify and operate in society as a woman. Now I'm asking Razor, is that not being a trans woman? Have I fucked up here? Has I got that wrong?
Yeah.
Because there's a weird there's like a weird Venn diagram that can happen here where these could be a form of drag queens, which are different from trans people.
Yeah,
but if in your whole life,
oh no, they are trans. Lady boys are
Yes.
Oh, they are?
trans. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, that's what I'm
It's a
saying. Like,
popular
no,
term
yeah,
used in Thailand.
and
it's
again,
not. That's not a
and of
look.
course,
They're literally doing what other people are doing that
Yeah, I
say
was
that
so
they're
confused for a
trans
second. Sorry.
that don't
yeah, I
fully
got, yeah, thank you.
transition. They're doing the
Oh yeah,
exact
no,
same
yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah, because and also, and I mentioned this in the chat, in the other chat, in the ABE chat that we were in. Bimodal sexual and gender bimodal sex and gender distributions. There's cis women out there who have penises. There's cis women, they have penises. That's what's called intersex. Yes,
But
there's
So
a
wouldn't
it's
that make
such
you
a
not? Wait, wait, wait,
small.
wait. Wouldn't that
It
make
is
you
such
not
a
cisgendered if you
small.
were intersex? Wait, wait. Wouldn't that make you not
It is
cisgendered if
such
you were
a. It is
intersex?
such a small percent. I hate.
identified
No,
as
no,
a
no. Hold on,
born.
bro. Hold on. Wait. Hold on.
Sorry.
I hate when people bring them up and get them into it because they are such a small, infinitesimal percentage of the actual population that is not a defense points. They are their own fucking group with their own fucking issues. Don't lump them into this shit because at the end of the day, y'all could a lot of people could make their own decision to just not be involved.
Wait,
Like
but
they could you could literally no. Most no, here's the thing. Most trans people, if they wanted to tomorrow, like just revert back and just do whatever. I'm not saying they want to do that. No, I'm just saying for those intersex people, that's why I'm saying it's not fair for them because the intersex people, they're stuck with their situation. Like I actually like I empathize and sympathize with them more because their situation is effed because they biologically got put into a weird situation. However, most trans people are just mentally moving themselves into another category. And if they wanted to change their mind and do something else, they could. They have an option.
but
They could
that's
opt out.
but that's a
No,
The
because there
intersex
isn't
are.
person
that
can't opt
but
out.
isn't that a part of being trans that this is like Razor said, like that is who you are. You can't just wake up. If you could wake up and say, hey, I am the thing I was born as, you would, but you can't, so you're trans, right? Am I
Yeah, no, yeah, like basically the whole thing of if they want to change their mind, okay, well they can't. It's just who they are. And when it comes to intersex people, a majority of people who are intersex agree with most trans takes, and they're fine with being
but that's
used,
like
and a
three
lot of them
people.
are
No, no,
fine
no,
with
but
being
Smooth has
used.
a point though. That's like, but who the
Yeah,
fuck
And it's
like there's
very
like
small. I
three of
know,
them.
I know it's very
yeah,
small
they're
when it
not
comes
a
to
they're not a
when it comes to
landing point.
intersex people. Yes, I know
Yeah.
when it comes to intersex people. But when
Yeah.
I said the whole thing of bimodal sex and gender distributions, they're
Mhm.
just a small point of it. But then there are women who have PCOS, where their hormones basically make them look like a man. Look like a man, full facial hair, everything, big broad shoulders. They look like a dude, but they identify entirely as
Wait,
female
wait, wait, wait.
because
Hold
they
on.
were
Can I ask a
born
question?
female.
Wait,
It's
can I
not
ask a
that they
question? Wait, wait.
identify. They are
Wait, no.
purely are female.
Wait, no, can I ask a question though? Can I ask a question?
But they
Yeah.
completely look male.
Go ahead, Solus.
But no,
Go
because
ahead,
no,
ask
this
your
is no,
question.
because again, when this shit happened, I thought that this was one of the greatest debates in the history of ever, and I always ask anybody that is a trans ally this question, and I'm asking this in good faith, and I honestly want a good answer. What does that
Mhm.
mean? What does it mean to be a man, Razor?
It's if you identify as a man. That's and with the fact that men and male and female, or man and woman, gender is always going to be seen as a social construct, because depending on the time frame you're in, if you go back about a few centuries, men wore the wigs, makeup, and dresses, while women wore whatever. I forget what their
So
exact outfits were.
that is not like so. I hate when people do that because that is
Oh, and
historical
then there's
inaccurate.
also being
So hold
there's
on,
also
wait,
like
wait,
being
hold on,
portly.
wait. Hold on. I'm not gonna let you walk away from that. That is
Okay.
historical inaccuracy too. To say that there were situations where they did that because in certain societies only men could be the actors. You know what I'm saying? So therefore they did that. Only men could do the other thing. Like there were reasons behind that was societal, that it is what it was, but that doesn't make them themselves because they're not here to speak for themselves. Now I will say, now if you come back forward in history a little bit, like you can
Mhm.
find some great examples of people that were LGBTQ, like all whatever letter you want to pick, there's somebody, there's a representative for
Let me see
you.
if I can,
You know what I'm
let me
saying?
see if I can find
You
it.
can go find one. But to go far back, and you're talking about like, oh yeah, these guys wore dresses. Like, yeah, they did. Like, that was the thing. Every guy wore a skirt because it was hot. They didn't have AC.
I
Like,
was
the
just about
skirt
to
actually made sense.
That,
I was just about to say, like, to my knowledge, right? And I love
and then
history.
of course,
No, go ahead, Rosa,
yeah,
what's up?
like yeah, Lily, I think her name was Lily Elby. Like when you said going forward in history, you're right. Lily Elby, a German trans woman, who had one of the first gender reassignment, successful gender reassignment surgeries, and but then again because of Nazi Germany, was then killed because she was trans, and all the research burned.
Wait,
But then if you go super the fuck back in time, there was I believe the name is Elagabalus.
And don't forget,
Uh,
the indigenous have always had multiple
the
genders.
two spirit, yeah, the two spirit,
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
spirit gender. The
that's
uh,
what. Hold on, pause everything y'all just said. Indigenous is a very broad term. There are thousands. That's a lot.
Okay.
There's millions of indigenous. Like that's a. You can think of a
Indigenous-
specific tribe, but let's not just like all indigenous people had multiple genders. Really.
Yeah,
majority.
yeah.
Well,
Okay,
we-
a lot of
like, for
indigenous
instance,
people here in Canada, at least.
so
Mhm.
like if you were to say like, oh, people in India, how they expressed gender has been like very fluid in how they acknowledged it due to their religion
Mhm.
and their culture or whatever. Cool,
Mhm.
fine and dandy. That makes sense because that's their culture. That's how they addressed it. You know what I'm saying? However, at the end of the day, they still had men and women. And the concept of
Yeah.
what a man was and what a concept of what a woman was fully understood and explainable. And the thing that we're getting to now is people won't even address the concept of what is a man and what is a woman.
And
People won't even address the
that's the
concept.
thing.
And I think it's a bit odd to like put the weight we put on gender in society today is great. Like literally, like, if you don't agree or affirm someone's gender, it is seen as if like you're like contributing to that person's mental illness, as we were saying earlier. Because there are people who were born in the wrong body, feel that they're not the right gender, and if they are not affirmed that, they will probably there's a good chance they might kill themselves, right? But to have this weight on it, but when asked, okay, well, what does that mean? What is being that? What am I to be affirming or not affirming? And the answer to be, well, whatever you say it is strange.
Because the answer will always be the answer for that, like unironically, will always change depending on how society is at the time. To be a man in today's society, what would you? I'm gonna narrow it. And to be a man in today's society, what do you think that entails?
Oh no, I think in today's society, people go by the Matt Walsh definition of like an adult human male, an adult human female. I think that there's
That doesn't work. Neither of those work, by the way, for Matt Walsh's thing. Like when he says that.
What do you guys think it means to be a man or a woman? Let's actually dig into
So
this.
okay, so look, I'll just straight up say it. So
Like
look,
and again we're like
so for me, yeah,
so yeah.
yeah,
Sorry, my
yeah,
bad.
so, yeah. So as a as as a man, for me as a man, to be a man means to hold first you have to biologically, like, there's a biological understanding, that's first of all, like that's inescapable to be a man. Like, there's a biological thing there, there's a biological component, just straight up. That's my definition. There's always a biological component there.
Okay.
What else? Like, I'm trying to, like, because I don't have a fancy definition of what a man is. Like,
You don't have to.
a man,
no,
it could just be
impregnate a man biologically. A man can biologically go out and impregnate someone else and not get pregnant themselves. That's also part of it. A lot of what a man is.
Wait, can I do the thing? Can I do the thing? So if he
Yeah,
can't
go ahead.
impregnate somebody, is he not a man? If you can't impregnate somebody, is he not a man?
Somebody's not a man.
I'm arguing the A side. I've had this trans debate 1,001 times. I give you the trans response. If he can't impregnate somebody, is he not a man?
If he can't
impregnate somebody, is he not a man?
Oh, if he can't, that doesn't make him not a man. That just means what he adds don't work.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like with women. It's just like with women.
That was a good idea.
It doesn't make a woman less of a woman if she can't bear a child. That just
no.
means
I'm just
Yeah,
No,
that's the
Smooth,
other
I'm with
thing that
you.
people say.
I've just
Yeah,
had I just had this debate 1,001 times and seen it happen with other people 1,001 times,
Same.
and that's usually the
Yeah.
response. It's like, well, if you can't get someone pregnant, are you not? Like you have to refine your definition. Is what I was getting to.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, because that what's Smooth not Smooth. Trying to say that. So Soul just asked you, Smooth. Jesus Christ. Is definitely a common response, because there is a lot of people who either are infertile or have their tubes tied or removed, or they were born. Ironically, there are men who were born with uteruses that can't even be go
That's a
anywhere near
small
it.
percentage. Again,
I
like
know,
I
small
don't
percentage. I know,
just don't
small.
bring
I
them
know.
up. Just when y'all bring up those niche
You
people, like
still
that
need
loses
to.
people. Just leave them out.
No, you need to bring them up because
No,
they
you
are
don't
still
at all. You don't.
Wait,
It's
is
super
it fair to
niche.
say? Wait, is it fair to say though, like if you are born with two different sets of sexual organs, that you can be put in your own category, and it's not necessarily fair to call you a male or a female, but rather just leave you be intersex, because that truly does explain what you are.
I would say yes.
It'll be fair to categorize them as intersex, but for them to identify as what
I-
they feel they are the most.
Oh no, I'm with you,
what
but
it
no,
comes
because I'm with you, but like I feel like intersex people, it'd be like if somebody was like, you're white. That's not fair. That doesn't encompass you. Like you're more than just that, right? You're white and black. So the correct term for that would be to call somebody mixed. That's what I'm getting at. Like I think it's fair to just leave it at intersex and not necessarily like you're a man or this in a biological terms. I don't think it's fair to put you in either box, because you literally belong in both, and that is your box.
That's for intersex, yeah, that could be like that. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Just to give another perspective too, the only concern that I have, and I'm going to take a little bit of the right-leaning, I think, response on this one, is that when we use the terms male and female, right? We understand that describes their sex. Then we use the terms male and women, and not male, woman and man, and I know that means their gender, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've always used those interchangeably, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now we're being asked to transition. And I'm not saying it's inherently bad.
I see what you did there.
Oh shit. But we are being asked to transition to like a brand new vocabulary. And my only concern is that people might start to get a little bit, what's the word?
Annoyed?
No, a little bit like, I think they're losing reality in some ways. When someone says like oh, a real woman or just something like that, right? You say cis now. I think what they only mean is that women who have the potential to bear children, right? Who usually get periods, who have like a uterus and ovaries. Yes. And so I think, like, for example, if you're a trans woman, you will never need to go to a women's health clinic, right? You don't need a pap smear. You don't.
No, you
what
don't.
Would you need? You don't need birth control. You don't need a pap smear. There's no actual like internal. So when we say like this is what a real woman is, I think that's what people mean sometimes. But that's not to say that trans women are not also women.
No,
that's not to say that
that's definitely that is
and
definitely like the great miscommunication that happens. I don't know if it's done asininely or accidentally, but like when there's a man and woman's room, a man's room and a woman's room, as far as a restroom, where there's like a men's league and a woman's league, they don't mean this is a league for people that identify. They mean male and female. Like that's what I mean when I say today's society, people go by the Matt Walsh definition of a man is an adult human female and a woman is an adult human. I said that the wrong way, but you get what the fuck I'm saying.
Not a lot of people want to go with Matt Walsh's whole thing, especially considering when
that is the vast
work.
majority of people, and that's why that is the vast majority of the world, and that's why you guys. That's why there's so much pushback.
Yeah, I said there would be no beef. There would be no
there'd be no beef
at
all.
It's mainly right wingers who won't shut up. They keep.
No,
they
it's
will
not.
not.
That's not fair.
No, it's not. I'm not even a right winger. Like that's.
No, I know you're not.
I don't vote that, but my ideology is there. So that tells you that there's other people that exist in this world that are like, hey man, like I don't agree with this because when I wake up, this is what I see. But I did want to say though, like, with trans women, because I know you were like kind of like trying to make an argument, like Razor. I was seeing like you were trying to make an argument or trying to say something about like them potentially needing of OBGYN or something, like for what? Like
it can happen.
What the
Okay,
fuck is
so
OB?
it can
Wait,
happen,
wait. Y'all not
especially
gonna
for
use these big ass words to confuse me.
OBGYN, gynecologist.
Oh, okay. You're gonna use these big ass words to confuse me.
Yeah, OBGYN, gynecologist.
Okay.
They for the post-op trans women, they do. For the post-op trans women definitely do need it in order
I
to
wouldn't be
keep
surprised
track.
if like they have to make sure like there's no infections, like everything looks like like up to code, like, do you know what I mean, just to check it on like scarring as well. So I don't deny that. I guess basically what I'm saying
Yeah,
is
that's.
there's
But I
just
know what you
there's
meant. I know what
no,
you understood.
yeah, I think it's just like the physical stuff, right? So and let me just say I'm very progressive, right? Like when I say I use like the pronouns and everything, that's not a problem. I'm just saying I just don't want us to leave reality a little bit, right? This idea that like for example, I think
And
in Vancouver a couple years ago, they had someone who was pretending to be trans. Like I'm not even joking; they were definitely just pretending. It was
How?
disgusting.
Wait. I gotta do
Yeah.
the thing. How are they pretending?
So they would try to present as a woman, but it literally looked like a man in a wig. Okay, and then they would go around.
Wait. So if a trans person looks like a man, that means they're not trans?
Can I be honest? This is maybe my hot take. I think that if you are transitioning, you should at least attempt to pass, like attempt to present yourself as that gender.
And that no,
that
no.
is there is an argument. There is an argument where that is
I
in the
don't think
trans
that's
community like that.
completely. I
It's
don't think that's
weird.
completely
That's
wrong.
thank you, Razor. That's what I was about to say. I've seen trans women go at each other's throats about that shit. That's what I'm saying. Like
No,
I
the
did
reason why, and I'll say this, and I'm probably gonna end. I only have like 2 people viewing me, but it doesn't matter. And I probably would get fucking crucified by a lot of my trans friends by saying this. I do.
Go ahead, I got your back.
Feel, I when it comes to the whole thing of like getting mad at like, oh, they still look like they don't pass and they're not trans woman thing. The argument that people are having about that is literally just certain trans women with fucking low as fuck self-esteem thinking that they can't pass. They'll look like because it doesn't make sense for them to say that when I've seen cis women look more manly than me. Like when I shave, I look more
Can I make a
feminine than a
point?
lot of.
I want to
Yeah.
bounce off Blue Cake's point about like leaving reality because this is something that I've noticed. Because that really is a misunderstanding. When people say man, they usually mean male, and when people say woman, they usually mean female. But if tomorrow we were like, you know what, guys, let's all be progressive. We fucked up as a society. We're gonna rename everything by sex. We're gonna use the right words. There's no longer a woman's room, it's a female's room. There's no longer a man's room, it's a male's room. There's no longer a woman's league, it's a female league. We're gonna just divide everything by sex because that's what we meant anyway. I don't think trans people be like, you know what, appreciate that, and then just like walk off into the sunset. I think that would still cause problems.
The reason why is because it's hormone. Do you know what hormones actually do to people?
They change you internally and externally. They're the part of your like biological makeup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like
and
if
that's
you're
why
if you're a man and you're on estrogen, your skin is naturally gonna get softer. Like you're gonna lose some muscle mass, some bone density. Like that stuff is just gonna happen, and it takes time. But over time, like yes, that's what happens.
And that's why whenever people
I keep forgetting what I really wanted to say earlier. There was something I really wanted to say. I think in regards to
trans youth thing still.
Huh? No, it's not about the trans. It's not about the trans youth thing. It's still where we're at right now. I feel like I just don't want. You know what? Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. Because they'll come back.
Razor, can you finish what you were saying? Because I always thought that's it.
Sorry. Thank you, and Admiral Gibbs for the follow.
Hey, let's go.
But oh my god.
You're talking about hormones. I said that I feel like if the world like made an adjustment of the language and said, you know what, when we say woman, we mean female. When we say man, we mean male. So we're just gonna use male and female as to not offend anybody and be progressive. I said I don't think that trans people would just take that in stride and just ride off to the sunset. And then you started to speak about hormones.
Yes, because when it comes to what hormones can end up doing, this whole idea, especially with the transport, the leagues you're talking about, where trans women will be in women's sports as they should be. people always say, "Oh, that's unfair because they still have the strength of a man going."
Wait. Let me do the thing. Let me do the thing. That's why I said
Surprise,
if they
wait.
said my bad. When we said women's league, we really meant female league. This is a females league. Do you think that trans women should still be allowed in that league?
With the so with the if we were to do it based off of that, I feel like that. I almost feel like that it'll just turn humans into to this weird fucking thing where you have to have your genitals inspected before you're allowed to do anything.
No. Irregardless of your genitals, irregardless of your gender, irregardless of anything, we're just gonna put you with your whatever your biological sex is.
No, that's the gender thing. That's the genital thing. Still.
No, that's not the gender thing.
No. You, but
genital. I said genital.
Guys,
that
Genital.
doesn't.
I'm adding one more person.
But that doesn't really because
Okay,
like
cool.
you could have a female's you could have like a fucking you could have bottom surgery and have a female's genitals but still be a male. We're still gonna put you with a male. So this is a league based off of sex and not gender or your genitals.
How would you know what their sex is without looking at that?
Without looking at, I mean,
Without looking at the genitals.
I mean, well, hopefully you would hope one that people aren't like trying to lying, right? Like I would hope you could just take somebody at the
You just get medical history.
You could, yeah, I was about to say you get medical history. You would go back to when they were born. Like this is shit that's all kept the record of, right? Even if we're in the most progressive society, people won't stop recording what sex you're born as. You just get that information you requested. And
a lot of HIPAA laws wouldn't allow you to do that.
Nah, that's not HIPAA, bro. Like people misunderstand what HIPAA is.
Letting your medical records be shown.
Listen. That's not a HIPAA violation.
To know something, whether or not somebody's male or female, is not a HIPAA. We do that right now on my card.
Showing your showing your medical records.
No, not your medical records, not your medical records, but just whether or not you were born a male or a female. We don't need to know if you have chlamydia or if you're the product of incest. We just want to know, are you a male or a female? That's publicly, like, that's not even, we wouldn't even really consider that medical information. Like, again, your fucking ID, your driver's license has that on it.
And I almost want to rewind a little bit to
they got that nigga Smooth. What happened to Smooth? What the fuck?
his camera froze.
The Matrix got him.
So let me rewind a little bit to a point that you made earlier about
Okay, I'm back.
Oh god.
Smooth, he's in the
No, I see him. I just couldn't do anything because my thing was freezing.
Okay.
All right.
But
yeah, so I would say this. In regards to what's up, man? In regards to what is that? Y'all were talking about sports, right?
Uh-huh.
I think it's the fair thing to do. Because there's no argument, because the trans women are proving it that men are not physically more capable than women.
No,
they're
that's what I'm
proving
saying.
it themselves.
But that's what I'm doing. I'm extending an olive branch that eliminates this entire back and forth needing to happen.
No. But that's what I'm saying. If we do that, then they automatically get back into their own league.
So may I jump in on that? Just because I do have experience in that. So I worked for
Go
By the way, thanks for having me, Smooth. I know this is your panel. I appreciate you. Let me.
Oh yeah, no problem, man.
So I wanted to say I do have experience in this. I worked for bonesnapper.com for 10 years. I competed in wrestling and then I did MMA for 10 years as well. And then I worked for USA Today as an MMA journalist for a couple of years as well. So this is something I have a lot of experience with, and I actually so I'm a very conservative person, just to give you all my my red herring background right here. And I feel like I've done panels with a few of y'all, so y'all know. But my thing is is this, right? Like I don't necessarily have a problem with like trans athletics. Like I don't have a problem with that like per se. I do have a problem whenever someone that has benefited from the genetics of being a genetic male comes into a sport like women's MMA and like comes in and dominates, or like women's powerlifting, and they use these benefits that they've had, because people can argue, oh, we've been off whatever for a year, we've medically transitioned, but there's just things that you genetically are superior, like you have thicker bone density, you have different shoulder structure, like it's just not fair when it comes to sports
But
to
this
have these
doesn't
things
respond to. But
to
no, that's what
women.
I'm saying. There's that's what I'm saying. You keep. That's what I'm saying. To amend this, so we don't even have to have this argument. So trans people and cis people and whoever the fuck else, conservatives and lefties, can stop boxing, right? No pun intended. We can just say, you know what? When we said man, we meant male, and when we said woman, we meant female. You know what, trans people, we're gonna do you one better. So that we use the right language, we're gonna call no more women's leagues, female league, no more males league, male. No, that's what I'm saying though. Like if you put that in the verbiage, so people understand that, huh?
They already have that. So the men's league, for example, for
No. That's what I'm saying. Don't even use that word. That's what I'm saying. Just so
okay,
motherfuckers can get along.
Let's just go with Division I college football, right? That's like top tier. There's no men's or women's league for college football. We have women's kickers, we've had women's linebackers, we've had women's defensive ends. They've never made pro NFL, but like there's no rule that if you're good enough, but you can't make the pro leagues for like the male league, like that is the open league. So like
I would want sports to not have it. I would want sports to just not have this gender separation anyway. Like
it's not gender. Don't do that. It's sex. Don't do that. It's
gender or sex. Gender or sex.
But why would it be wrong to have it divided by sex?
To box women.
No. But Razor, why would it be wrong to have it divided by sex? A woman could
technically box a man in the male league. She could, like, say, like the best women's, like Ronda Rousey.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. I've seen that happen.
She could technically do it. Like, like she wanted to go and compete. She's
a great female boxer would fuck me up. If you want to have those one-off fights, that's fine. But like, we can't pretend like we don't know how fucking sports work. Like, there is usually a league for the ladies and a league for the guys. And if people want to have one-off bouts where they do intersex matches, a la the battle of the sexes with motherfuckers that are playing tennis, that's fine. But I'm just saying to amend this problem, we can blatantly label it that this is about sex and not gender.
And when you ask, the pros, when you ask the pros about it. If you ask pro female, they know they're gonna get stomped on. Serena Williams literally said, "Yo, I don't want to play, dude, at all."
Hold on, wait, like, Razor, can you answer that question? Why do you think there's something wrong with dividing these leagues by sex, not gender? Sex.
They're not divided by sex.
Well, I'm asking Razor, why would you think that would be a bad idea?
Being fully honest, I don't know if I can answer that at this time. I wouldn't. I will.
I'm not here to. I'm not here to dogpile you, my nigga.
Yeah, I would not. Yeah, I just wouldn't be able to answer that. I would not be able to answer that this time. I'll definitely look more into that, but I cannot answer that at this moment. I did want to say something. I do want to latch on to a little bit of what Gibbs had said about the biological advantages stuff. When it comes to like sports and everything, I feel like that's just how sports. Doesn't matter what your gender or sex is. That's just how sports are. Like Michael Phelps legitimately has higher webs in his fingers. Like he's biologically built to swim better.
Usually we're talking about shit like combat sports and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, like combat sports too. Like some people have higher, like almost they have higher lung capacity for running. Some people can like take hits easier.
We would never let a 6'5", 280 dude fight a 5'5" bantamweight. We would never, unless they wanted to, unless there was like some one-off shit.
Oh, that's the thing. No, that is the thing.
Unless they wanted to. I'm saying no. Unless they wanted to, and this was some one-off thing, or maybe a one-off league where that was their niche and that's what they were marketing. No, but generally speaking,
it's a regular thing that happens in MMA.
You know, it happens all the time. But my point is that like I mean,
what was her name? Fuck.
No, I said
I can give you a bunch of names. The point is, it happens a lot. Like it's a regular thing.
Yeah, no, because I'm remembering a very specific. I'm remembering a very specific. Huh?
Fallon Fox is the famous, like, if we're talking specifically trans individuals, Fallon Fox is the one that's really famous.
No, not trans individuals. It was a cis woman. She's just super fucking big, buff, and massive.
Cyborg
and
Santos.
Called her trans.
It's Cyborg Santos. That's who you're talking about.
Yeah, no, Cyborg is about that action. But I want to
wait,
what league is? Wait, no, Cyborg is like that for real. But what league of motherfucking bantamweights fighting heavyweights?
It was Pride. Like if you go look at like Crow Crop.
I mean, that was.
People, I can
believe it. That is just. Yeah,
they have the new one. They have a new one. I can't think of the name off the top of my head. I think it's ONE FC that does the. I mean, it's a common thing. Like Butterbean just fought in an MMA fight. In, I think what was it, ONE FC or BKFC? It's a very common thing in the MMA. I mean, that's.
But I'm saying the point of like weight, like there's a reason why we have weight divisions, and generally speaking, it's not. Generally speaking, right? Like if I was like, yo, man, right now, Tyson Fury is gonna fight Charlo, Motherfuckers be like, what? Like, huh? Like, what? That's a heavyweight fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have weight classes for a reason because we don't think it's okay, generally speaking, to let a big
it
motherfucker
can
stomp on a little guy.
Yeah, it can happen, and depending on how that little guy fights versus the other guy, because if I remember correctly, boxing has almost has like an almost rock paper scissors level of when it comes to how people fight. The counter punchers,
No, so
power,
listen,
and
Floyd
no,
Mayweather versus
you're
Francis
thinking about
Ngannou.
it
that's what I've
famous
heard.
Floyd.
That's the
does not
basic.
win. Like, I'm just saying, like it.
Well, that's not even fair. Yeah, that's somebody.
Yeah, that wouldn't even be
Ngannou
fair.
would
Yeah, it's
destroy
not
him.
fully fair, but
Don't get me
yeah.
wrong. Don't get me wrong. Floyd is the better boxer. Like, he's actually
Yes.
better at boxing, but it doesn't
Yes,
matter
yes.
because Floyd is 5'5" and Francis Ngannou is Kratos in a human body.
Yeah, like you wouldn't.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. If there was ever a Kratos other than his voice actor, it's definitely Nagano. Like that's it. Christopher Judd, for the record, is outstanding.
Okay, wait. Sorry. Before we go forward, though, I was just curious, Gibbs. I wanted to get your opinion just on the original question since you just got here.
What was the original question?
Should
Oh, yeah.
children be allowed to transition?
Okay. This is very, very like we're getting really into the deep stuff here, huh? So I'm gonna say no, and the reason for that is this. So hormones and like the transition therapy, as I understand it, I'm a layman. All right, let me just color with my background first. I'm a Texas conservative. I'm not a religious conservative. Like, I'm very big. With that being said, I'm not a libertarian, but I'm very much more into individual liberty than I am into like religious conservatism. Like, so that's my background, and that's kind of the lens that I'm covering this, right? So
Yeah.
that being said, I do feel for the concept of like the child wanting to transition from the individual liberty standpoint, right? Like, that's something I can relate to. Like, if this is something they want to do, like, I get it, right? That being said, I still want to say no. And the reason I want to say no is that I just feel like the brain, for at least for males, what doesn't develop completely until you're 25, right? And maybe I'm old school. I don't know. I just feel like there is like a social contagion aspect to like the to some of this. Like, I'm not saying all of it, but I do feel like some people, if you get in a group, like say if I get in a group, right, and all my friends are like the KKK, right, then you're probably gonna end up being racist, right? I'm picking one from like my back.
I
I'm
mean,
Mexican.
Yeah,
For the record, right, I'm Mexican. I know I look white, but like, say what I say. Like, if all your friends are in the KKK, you're, even if you weren't originally racist, you're probably going to become racist, right? So if you're kind of like in a group like a theater and arts group, which is more like into like, the like free spirited kind of thing, you might be prone to like this social contagion aspect of like maybe like transitioning, and then later you see that it might be something you regret. I feel like everybody, as a Texan, this is my thing, everybody should be allowed to do whatever they want the minute they become an adult. But if before then, I think maybe we should just hold off. But I do understand the arguments. That's there you go.
I mean, we
So
do that
real
with
fast,
everything
because
else.
I don't know if you real fast, Gibbs, because I don't know if you heard
I probably
you
missed
said
a lot.
you came in later.
Once
The
you get picture, let me join.
the point that I made when it came to this was when we're talking about kids transitioning, I'm only ever thinking in the social aspect of it. The medicine stuff comes when they
you're not talking
reach
about
the age. Yeah, I'm not talking about meds at all. Like when they're super
no, I
young,
don't have a problem. I don't have a
just
problem with that.
social.
Then I don't have a problem presenting however
Yeah.
you want.
Now, when they
Like,
reach,
you wanna,
obviously, when they
if you want to
reach
dress
like
up as a
teenage
tree and call
age,
yourself a tree, do whatever you fuck you want. That's your business, not mine. Like,
which would and no, and then and then from there, like when they get to the after like however many years of social transitioning from that very young age where they start getting to the age of puberty, the puberty blockers, that's where people start having disagreements with. I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, I mean, first I want to say Ray's a big fan. I see you a lot of panels. Thanks for always going on panels. But yeah, I think the puberty blockers, I think like changing your body in an irreparable way that you like because people, I don't know, maybe maybe I'm like an old not like person, but like even with COVID, I'm not a COVID conspiracy theorist, right? But
Yeah.
even then, it seems to be like vaccines usually take what, like 8 to 10 years to usually get processed, right? And that was fast for COVID, right? So same thing with the puberty blockers. I feel like there's not enough studies out yet for me to feel like
So
safe saying, like, now if we wait 40 years and the studies say it's fine, then like
okay,
it won't affect you later, then I'm wrong. But like, I just feel like
okay.
currently,
Then I can probably ease a little bit of your mindset on this one. Purity blockers have been around for for
Sure they
many
have.
decades,
I mean, but
because they were
aren't some of the
used
puberty
on
blockers
kids.
like to castrate criminals? Isn't that some of the same stuff though?
No,
So
puberty
so
blockers are puberty blockers were always used were originally used for whatever you just said, and also for kids with precocious puberty, where their hormones would start kicking in way too fucking early, and it would hurt them if that happened. So the doctors would give them the puberty blockers to make sure that to make sure that they didn't have that happen to them, and then once they reach the age where puberty is normal, they stop taking it and everything hits. That's what puberty blockers are meant
So
to do.
let me just jump in here, and then y'all can go again. It'll be there. Just for one more background thing. I'm going to dox myself a little bit, but I come from Nueces County, right? Originally,
Mhm.
and that's the number one teen pregnancy rate nationwide. So like at 12, 13, like 1/8 of my fucking high school class had children. Like
Jesus
already, right?
Christ.
Yeah, no, this is not a joke. And by my senior year,
Yeah.
it was up to like 60% had kids, right? And so it was so bad when I turned 23, my mom called me, "Congratulations, you don't have 2.5 kids," right? So like, right, I'm not joking. This is, and so let me give you a worse. You want a worse story? If we want to just go off with 10. So it was so bad that through all my elementary to like junior year high school, we dropped like 15%, and we became the third highest in the nation. And they had a big like citywide celebration at all the schools. There was so much sex at the schools during this 1 day celebration that by the next year we were back to number one, and we had doubled the percentage we lost in teen pregnancy. So whenever you're talking about like, oh, they've been around for a while and these kids were like puberty blocker, like because they were too rambunctious, I just like, I need you to understand, like coloring it from my one, like, my lens, like everybody was fucking at 12 and 13. So like, I mean, you don't get much more puberty than
Oh
that.
no,
Like, I mean, that's, I just need
no,
you to understand
precocious
that lens.
yeah, with precocious puberty doesn't mean like being more rambunctious and stuff. It literally means your hormones are kicking in before your body is ready for them,
Yeah. I mean, I had a
which can
beard at
cause
12.
which can end up hurting you a lot. Like, and beard 12, that's fine because like I said, like
You just
with the
hit
study that I
Hispanic.
ended up posting, because
So
the study I posted, 10 was when 10 was when they officially said something about around the time when they Jesus Christ. 10 was around the time when most of the time they would pull away from the social aspect, because then their hormones would kick in and they would go, oh, never mind, I am this. So that's how it usually goes.
so
Yeah,
but
I only brought that up because I feel like at 10, that's what kids were doing normally here. Like this is like you're saying what you're saying is precocious. Seems like what was really like, and I guess I'm colored a little bit
No,
differently with
you're thinking
my lens.
actions versus your hormones kicking in. Like with
No, I'm not.
yes, at
I'm
10 you
thinking like I think
technically,
it's both. It's both. Like
but
kids
it's a
have
little bit of
beards
both.
and
It's a little bit of
it's
both. But with precocious people, we're talking like at the age of like 5, 6, or 7. That's when their hormones start kicking in. So
Sorry,
precocious
just
puberty
just
will
to jump in
needs to
there.
be stopped with puberty blockers.
Smooth, what were you gonna say? Because you were
Sorry.
like,
yeah. Sorry, Smooth. I didn't mean to cut you off.
nah, it was nothing. That's why I just relaxed and
W
just let them
host.
know.
oh, because I
Oh,
didn't know if you were gonna say
Quitting.
something before I did, so I didn't want to
oh no, go ahead. You good.
jump in there.
I
No,
also
I
have
think
I'll post
oh,
another article for the puberty blocker things for you
I
guys.
think that it's
Where you posted it, by the way? I'm sorry.
I think what we have to accept though too is that like there are actual trans kids, right? There are that this is very successful for them. You know, they won't have to hit that like crazy puberty and they'll be able to just transition how they want. Once again, it's just the mental health aspect that I think we're forgetting. Is I think they need additional help. So I'm not totally against puberty blockers per se, but I just think we run the risk of there being side effects that we don't really want. And I know people are going to say, well, it's only going to happen to a few, but we should consider the detransitioners, the people who shouldn't have ended up taking puberty blockers, right? Because those effects do matter.
So
Yeah,
with said effects you're talking. So I'm sorry, Smooth. You go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So with that mental health speak, God, man, I felt like I'm freaking choking on something. But with that mental health piece, I think that's fair. Like I think it's fair to actually go, okay, we're going to actually help them by, you know what I'm saying, also evaluating them mentally before we actually go through with going further beyond even more. And I don't think a good time to sit down with somebody and go, hey, is this really what you want to do, outside of the people that are actually wanting to do it? Because there's a lot of people that are because you notice that in some areas that percentage is almost zero. But in other areas where it's already happening, the percentage is growing, and people are like, "Oh, it's growing." You know what I'm saying? There's more trans kids, but that's not even the case. It's kind of like a more of a how it's gonna sound really fucked up, but it's
A
how
social phenomenon.
it's the lack of parental accountability. Like parents don't even want to parent anymore at all. No, it's a certain style of parenting
Welcome to the
that,
Republican
that
Party.
leads to this. There's only a certain style of parenting that leads to this. It's on,
No,
and then
it's good to have you here.
but if you notice, all of what you're talking about, it concentrates in a lot of different areas. So it concentrates like in Atlanta, there's a high percentage. But then when you look at what Atlanta is, it makes sense. When you look at New York and what New York is, it makes sense. When you look at California as a whole, it makes sense. When you go geographically and you look at these percentages, and then you go across the whole United States, and you still end up back at next to none. And everybody's really focused on these people in these particular areas. And I think people are being socialized to one, like appreciate and accept them, which I'm for. I'm for treating people good. However, it does not mean to treat people good. You then start transitioning more people, so you then have a bigger base to work off of.
Okay,
It's so,
okay,
it's so
hold
good
on,
to see you
hold on,
joining
hold
me
on.
in the Republican
No,
Party. It's
okay,
so good to see you.
no, I have to say this. That's a weird. That I always dislike that wording when it's like you're saying that we are making people trans. That's what it sounds like you're saying. That's not what
social
that
contagion.
what
That's
it
what he's
sounds like.
saying. He's joining me.
I know you're talking
thing.
social contagion, but it's
a real thing.
for
And when
certain
you go, no, when
like
you go
hobbies.
look at your
Hold on.
numbers, when
For
you
like
go look at
hobbies
your
and stuff,
numbers
yes.
and look
For
at
like hobbies and stuff, yes.
geographically, look at your own numbers geographically. It's literally only a social contagion. It's not like it's rising in areas that it doesn't exist at.
Wait 1 second. Wait 1 second. I think I can like send Olive Branch here, and I can. You know what? Y'all can shoot me if anybody. So yeah, there's the fact of reality. There's a fact of reality that like there are probably some people that because they are around a very trans accepting community, they themselves will find themselves trying to be trans when they're actually not. Yeah, sure, but like the question that's gonna exist with everything, and a better question is like, well, how many people is that really? Like, is that if that's like 2 people, do we actually give a fuck? Does that even matter?
So okay, so God, what was I saying? Welcome to Bay Queen.
Salons.
Fuck, what was I saying?
Don't let him
Where was I? Okay, yeah, social contagion. Okay, so with the whole thing of social contagion, I believe that social contagion only affects things like people's hobbies and as Gibbs said, with the whole thing of like if you hang around enough racist people, you might become racist. So your ideas, but your identity and who you are is not a thing. I'm pretty sure everyone's seen the chart of left-handedness and how when we stopped criminalizing people being left-handed, it fucking shot up. That's a thing. That's a known phenomenon.
Can I want to introduce something. So, Razor, to that point. So, right, there's this other social construct, right? I think you know where I'm about to go with this. That we have seen people be socially conditioned into thinking they are. I'm just, it's happening. It's a thing. People
not
do
a
it.
Fucking thing, though.
No,
It's
nigga, no. I've had fam. Debate Queen. Back in 2018.
You can't say it's not a thing.
Hold on, wait a second.
It's just so small.
2018. This was a meme, right? This was a joke. We used to fuck with niggas about this on the internet. I remember the Reddit pages, all right? It's a thing. It's real. There are people who are dead ass who are like, yo, I was raised around black people. I'm not gonna hold you. I am black. All right, it's a thing. I'm not bullshitting you. I wish it wasn't a thing, but I guarantee you it is a thing. I'm not making it up.
Yeah, I mean, Lactoid talks about that a lot. I mean, he talks about that a lot. He's like always like, "Oh yeah, who had a more black?" Like, I mean, all right, I'm just gonna quote Lactoid. This is not me. He's always like, he always goes on there and he's like, "Yeah, who has a more black experience? The guy that like a white guy that grew up in Harlem, or like an African immigrant that moved here to the United States, or like a black guy that like grew up in like white suburbia? Who had the more black experience? I mean,
Because the
that's what
question would be like, if I
that
get
wasn't what I was gonna say.
no, but the question could be like, if you get a situation like the
was
Hobb twins, and like I get a bunch of white people, and then I raise them around black people, and then I tell them that they're black, is there a good chance that they will think that they're black? Like if they like that's that would be the social contagion aspect. Where like if I put you here, where this is a thing everyone's doing, and it's acceptable, and we allow you to identify with this, would you do it?
Let me just
that one, I
piggyback
feel
off
like
that.
it's a societal thing. Like a
So, Rachel, I actually have this question for you. I have this question for you, Rachel, because so you said what was it exactly you said? So I don't get it wrong. You said you think it's like a social thing, like the race thing. You agreed with, like, say they hang out with the Klan, they're the racist. You agree, but you didn't think.
like
Okay, yeah,
somewhat. Like,
okay,
not
so
entirely. But
let me ask you a question. So I have I don't want to. I'm not gonna name drop, but I know some people like this. They were very straight the whole life. And then they like hit us. Let's call it a rough patch with the ladies.
Oh my god!
All right,
Nigga had to go down to bed and wait.
okay,
I'm
let's
just.
go.
I mean, they hit a rough patch with the ladies. They hit a rough
I
spot
think-
with the patch with the ladies, and so they got on Grinder, and they had a little fun, right? And so now I guess they're bi or they're gay or whatever you want to call it. But all right, now, do you consider them having a rough patch social?
That
Rough patch
that
is
okay.
social. Hold on, quick. Hold on,
That,
quick,
I
hold on,
mean,
quick,
right?
wait.
I mean, that's social,
I'm sorry,
right?
Queen, let me. That would technically be that. I'm guessing there's a little bit more to
Technically,
this.
okay. All right, that's all I need to know.
Okay,
But you can go ahead.
okay.
I think
So,
that's
and
your
I will
religion,
say,
your thing.
and I will say this when it comes
That's
to
your
what you just said. Someone can think that they're or believe entirely that they're just straight. They, like a dude can think they're just straight, only like women and stuff. But and as you say, they could hit that rough patch you're saying. It's like, you know what, I'm gonna try this, and then they realize, oh wait, this is actually like this. So it's them. It's not that society made them change
Hold on,
that.
that's
It's
not
that
fair. That's
they
not
it
fair. I mean,
more.
like, everybody likes a blowjob. I mean, if I put peanut butter in my dick and let my dog come over, I'd probably enjoy it. That don't mean that I'm into that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No.
No. When I say the whole like thing, I'm like, in other words, I mean like they end up going on a date with it. Like this straight dude will go on a date with another dude and realize, oh, I'm actually into him, but I still like women. So then they realize, oh, I'm bi. I like both. But they never had that. They never thought like that because they never dealt with it until that moment. So that's them discovering themselves a little bit more, because not everyone is able to do.
so you're saying it's discovery, not a contagion aspect.
Yes,
Exactly.
the discovery.
Motherfuckers unlocked a forbidden jutsu. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what a lot. That's what a lot of people.
Gay devil fruit.
No, and yes, and that's what a lot of trans individuals nowadays are currently experiencing. Like there are a lot of people who like I've heard tons of stories. People who were extremely fucking right wing ended up becoming a lot more left wing because they realize a lot more left wing, or start moving more left and everything, because they realize that they were mocking the people that they were themselves, because they never took time to introspect and discover who the fuck they were. So then when they do, they go, oh, I've been mocking people who just wanted to be comfortable in their own fucking skin, and now I want to be comfortable in my skin. That's why the whole meme of trans people is like, we crack your egg. You're an egg. We crack the egg. We were now opened up to a whole new world and understanding yourself.
Did you ever ask them what it means? Did you ever ask them what is a woman?
I don't care to ask that question because it's always dumb, and it leads to like hours long of like trying to understand.
I mean,
society.
I am trying to tell you.
What is
No,
a
some real
man?
shit.
What
No,
is a
on some real
man?
shit.
We already
On some real shit. That is like the Kareem Skyhook of trans debates. I've yet to see a motherfucker crack that one. I'm not going. I've been waiting to see
because
it.
it's such a broad question that it can't be answered fully. It literally can't.
But we both
It's
know
not
the
broad.
B side of that argument. But we know the B side of that argument don't broaden it. They just because again, that's literally how it goes. Like, yo, what is a woman? Well, what do you think a woman is? A woman is an adult human female, and silence. I'm telling you, it's a skyhook.
Oh.
I've yet to see a motherfucker beat it.
No, obviously we do, a lot of us usually do the ABE not you, Gibbs. So
I don't even know what that is. So, yeah, definitely.
That
Like,
nigga did,
I'm
that
like,
man
you
didn't
need
do
to-
nothing.
Hold on,
That was crazy. That was why he didn't even do shit, bro. Let that man live.
right.
So-
Why are you coming at me? Well, fuck Diddy. Fuck Diddy. That was who you fucked the last baby mama. I'm just kidding.
So, so I know Thursdays we usually do not have a lot of Thursdays. You probably usually have time taken up, but take some time to find what's a show called The Line. They by a guy named Jimmy Snow. He has what's called the Transatlantic
Wait, what
Call-In
is
Show.
AVE, by the way? I'm sorry.
All Black Everything is a
ABE.
podcast that Prime Ties hosts
ABE.
for all black people. We talk about
Oh,
black
my bad.
shit.
Yeah, definitely. That's something I take part in every week for sure.
But if you get the chance, every Thursday, I know it's like, hey, small plug. Don't worry, Jimmy Snow. I don't call me. But it's a whole thing called The Line, a channel called The Line, and every Thursday have what's called the Transatlantic Call-In Show, where two trans people will usually will willingly answer questions. And I can't remember the exact phrase. I can't remember the exact way that she talked about it. Yes. It was Katie Montgomery, Arden Hart, unironically, Jesse Gender also talked about this. Like there, like a lot of trans people. Oh, and Dr. Ben, a trans man. They have dealt with this question and they were able to answer it pretty well. So I say check out them if you want to get a more of a clear answer than what I currently can give at this this moment in time.
No, because
An
the
answer
only
for what?
the reason I find it interesting is
For
because the dialogue, because the
adult
ebb
human
and flow of the ebb and flow of the, it's like I mean I'm on Discord, like I like watching people debate and like logically try to beat each other. The ebb and flow of the conversation and where it goes is using like again, it's something that I've never really seen beat, because even if it goes to what you said, where it's like, well, as society we've changed the definition of man and woman throughout society. Well, if I was like, okay, well, if we all said the definition of a man and woman is going to be akin to sex and we're going to like attach it to sex, would that be okay? I get stunlock. Like it's all at some point in this maze, there's a point where it's like, all right, I said X, we don't have an answer. End of conversation.
I will just I'd say like I'll
leave the link.
It's always good. I feel like I always want to be as honest as I can be with what I say, and I will say I probably will not be able to answer these questions myself personally, but I know that I have heard some very smart people from the Transatlantic Call-In Show answer this question. I just can't remember.
Leave the link. I want to watch it. Like I always think it's interesting to see people like try to parse that out. Like, and again, Razor, I'm not here to put my foot in your ass. Like, bro, if you don't have the answer, Sway, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm not gonna be like, you know, I'm not that guy.
Mhm.
I'm not that person.
Yeah, we're just kind of like talking it through. I feel like.
Yeah. That's
Real
what
I'm
all
fine with
this
that.
is, really.
Yeah.
But hey, Queen
I
had joined. She hadn't even said anything yet. Can we hear what she's saying?
Right. So I was gonna ask a question first. Hold on, and then she can go first, and then we'll go forward from there. Well, I guess I should ask you the initial question, Debate Queen. So I'll ask you: should kids be allowed to transition? And then I'm gonna ask my additional question to the whole panel.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I do believe it's totally okay to socially transition and stuff like that.
So
I have no problem with kids, you know, and I assume their parents, or even, you know, if they're a little bit older, right, in high school, and like they want to, you know, think about like they're realizing that they're trans or whatever. I have no problem with it. I think kids should transition, no problem. I mean, do we have an issue with a kid, a young girl who is, you know, in 4th grade being put on puberty blockers because she's had her period early? It's the same difference to me. You know, I think it's safe. I don't have any issue if you are like on puberty blockers. I feel like if it's okay to socially transition if you're younger and before then, like I'm
doesn't
totally okay
one
with
pose
that.
a medical issue and the other one doesn't? Like if you don't,
No, it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
If your period and your hormones are kicking in way too early, I would assume that doctors put you on puberty blockers because there's a direct medical threat to that. As where if you're like
there's no direct medical threat. It is the fact that like, you know, you can come to your daughter or whatever, right, and say like do you want to, or you as a parent could be like, I think my kid is too young to deal with this, like the physical like having a period, also like growing your breast, having, you know, like
Wait, where the fuck did Razor just go? Because Razor
with
said
these
that
No,
there's
no,
a
no, no. Yeah, so Raider, he'll be back. He'll be back. He said he'll be right back.
because Razor earlier said that like there's pain
Unacceptable,
in.
Razor. I'm sorry.
No, Razor said earlier that the reason that puberty blockers are given to people that have their puberty like too early is because there's pains that come. I don't fuck. I'll wait for you to get back then. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
yeah. He said there's like actual medical reasons why they do that to actually help the child and prevent the child from having pain and
well, that it stops
like
having your period, right? You stop having your period.
No,
You
for
stop.
boys as well.
for
Well,
guys
okay,
as well.
I'm just right. I'm just right now talking about girls, young ladies on puberty blockers, right? Like there is no like you are literally stopping her from having what you would have like in your like all of these hormones and stuff changing your body. Like that's the same difference to me, right? Is like if you were trans and you were having gender dysphoria, like that's the same difference to me.
Don't do
Like
that.
those are
Don't do
two
that.
sides
Don't
of
do
the
that. Don't do
on the
that. You're
same
but
coin.
you touching the trans medicalist line. Don't do that for Razor get
No,
back and lose his shit.
listen, like I said, I think it's the two sides of the same coin. They're there medically to help, like, if you are able to take it, you know, as a young lady, like, you know, to stop your period. You're too young to like really like physically go through all of those changes, right? And the same thing if you have gender dysphoria and you're going through like having your period or like growing your muscles or what have you. It's the same
Okay,
difference to me.
so
Quick
so
question.
so
So wait,
wait.
debate queen. Do you think if somebody's not suffering from gender dysphoria, do you think they still should be allowed to transition?
If someone is what?
Is not suffering from gender dysphoria, do you think they still should be allowed to transition as a child?
Listen, you are like you're socially transitioning as a child.
You know,
You're
but they
not
don't
like
suffer. I'm saying like you don't suffer from any gender dysphoria, right?
that, right,
Do you
right,
think
right.
that
But
they
that's
should
not
still?
yet. But that's like that's something that happens later on, right? You're just your gender dysphoria, I feel like kicks in when you're about like when your body starts physically changing, right? When
No, that's not what that.
Razor said that
So this,
there were trans people that knew as young as 3 years old and were experiencing gender dysphoria as young as 3.
right,
yeah.
right,
Well,
right.
gen-
I mean,
well,
but that's
gender
fine. That's fine.
dysphoria is
That may be fine. But I'm saying like either way, if you're having gender dysphoria, you like, and you're younger than you're like able to start taking puberty blockers, you're socially transitioning. Your body hasn't had the chance to like do all the things that it needs to do. Which like when you become a
What age do you
teenager,
think should be allowed then? When should they start? Like 4, 5, 3?
what? What do you
wait,
mean?
socially
Start
or
what?
No, I'm
no,
just
no, he's
asking. I'm
asking
asking
Queen. He's
Queen. Like
asking
you
Queen.
said that you think that children should be able to transition, right? So I just want to know what's the age that you think they should be able to start.
I think at any age, if you
So like
start
2 or
to
2 year old, 3 year old.
well, like at 2 or 3, you're not able to like really
I mean, have you met a 2
like
year old,
you're
3 year old?
able to
They're
express
very
it, but you're
adamant.
not really able to like express it, right? Like when you become like in like kindergarten, first grade, second grade, I feel like I mean like you're gonna say I'm a
Queen.
boy, I'm a girl. I'm like, you know, when you're younger, right? You're 2 or 3, and I'm not a
So
boy,
real
I'm
quick,
not a
So let me
girl.
ask you
real
a
quick,
question.
so
Oh,
real
sorry.
quick, Queen. Real
Yeah.
quick, Queen, because I had addressed this early. I had addressed this earlier.
Uh-huh.
When it came to the whole 3-year-old thing, I stated it more as because who you're raised by can definitely do that. Like you have both your mom and your dad. Like sure, you probably won't think I'm a boy, I'm a girl. You're like I'm like mommy, I'm like daddy. Like they'll think something like that when they're that young, and it'll be something like and then then they can start from there. If the parents are concerned about it, they go talk to the doctor. The doctor will help with everything, pediatrics, the psychiatrist, all that stuff. It's so 3. I would say yeah, sure, because if it feels like it's necessary, but if it's not, then let the parents decide on that front. But then as they get older, the kid is more adamant about it, then help the kid out. Like
Right,
Let
right.
them
That's why I
socially
say it's
transition.
okay to socially transition. You're not taking any like medications, right? You're just socially transitioning. You may be like, I want to go by these pronouns. I want to be called by this name. Like, I want to dress like a boy. I want to dress like a girl. I want to dress like an NB. Who cares? Right? Like, I think you're like before the time you're like, you like puberty happens, it's totally okay to socially transition. That's totally fine because
So
that by the time that you hit puberty and like you've already probably gone to the doctors, you already have had like these conversations with your parents, and then I feel like a lot more gender dysphoria kicks in once your puberty starts happening
so
because like you're like I'm
You
having a
start feeling
period.
all the things happen.
You're feeling
You're growing
all the
body hair.
hormones,
You're
right?
Queen,
Right.
let me
You
hit you with
you
something.
you don't want that, right? Like I have plenty of trans friends, right, who have gender dysphoria, especially if they're AFAB, right? Like you're getting your period. Like you don't want to have your period if you're a trans man, right? Like that is automatic gender dysphoria,
Why
right?
Can I
not?
ask you a question? Can I
Wait,
ask you a question?
hold on.
Just before we move on past this. So here's my thing. My niece. I don't have any kids of my own. I'm of that age, but I don't have any kids of my. But my like niece and my nephew, for example, and they're like cousins, and like all I have a lot of little cousins. They all play together. So like sometimes it'll be the girls' turn to be in charge. The girls will want to play like Tea Party, and the boys will play Tea Party, and then the girls, when it's like the guys' time, they'll play dinosaurs, right? So whatever, right? So on that note, I had a conversation with my nephew the other day, and he said that he wanted to be a velociraptor when he grew up. Right, and he's adamant. He's been doing this for like this is not. I know this is memey, but it's really not. He legitimately was telling me he wanted to be a velociraptor, and he wanted to be a velociraptor laser beams when he grew up. Yada yada yada. Right. So this is like a 4 or 5 year old like child. Right. I don't know exactly what,
Mhm.
3 to 5. He's in that age range. So this is the child. Right. And so you're telling me that you think someone that is of the mindset that they want to be a velociraptor with laser beams when they grow up is capable of making life affirming gender decisions that they won't regret later. Like that's what you're telling me right now. Like I mean I'm not really not trying to mean, but like this is
But
a real
that
concern.
is
No,
mean because
it
It's
like
a
is
that
real
is
mean.
concern.
like for real that's
No,
hella
okay,
mean, right?
But it's
so
not a
it
meme though.
can.
I mean this is a
Yeah,
real
yeah,
thing.
No, no,
it
no, no,
is
no.
because
Hold on.
like you understand that you can never be a fucking dinosaur.
No, you don't. No,
Okay,
you're
so
saying
Engage
so
the
hold on.
hypothetical.
You have to engage
Engage.
this
it.
is
I
actually
will,
real. This is a
I'm
real
about to
thing.
engage it. I'm gonna engage
Go
This is
this.
ahead,
anecdotal. This
Razor.
is anecdotal.
I'll
Don't worry,
send it off to you, babe.
No, I'm using
Okay,
the meme. Gibbs
I'll get. Yeah,
the
Sure,
engage
yeah,
hypothetical. Meme.
I will engage with this. Okay. Sorry, fucking hell. I got water like
I did
starting
this
to
in
dry.
good faith, by the way. I'm not trying to be a dick about it. Like I
No,
just
no,
really.
no. I hear
Oh no,
you.
I got you.
Hear
I
you.
got you. You've been good the entire time. You're good. Okay. So that's why I prefaced it very specifically with just social for all the way until the time when they do
I have no
start
problem with that.
to feel like that, where they do start to feel like they're when they do start to hit puberty, then puberty blockers for maybe for like maybe at max 2 to 3 years to give them a little bit of extra time, because now they're at the age, because at that point they're at an age where they're able to start thinking a lot more about it and get more into it, talking with a doctor when
What
they're
age is this? I'm
teenagers and
sorry, just to
stuff.
clarify.
Teen.
What age is it? Like teen, like
So
13,
like when
14?
they're yeah, like 12, like 12,
Whenever you
13 or
start
No, I
more.
didn't
hitting
mean to interrupt. I just want a
puberty,
clarification.
When your
right.
when your
When you
puberty
start
officially
hitting,
starts.
right. We're
So
not talking
puberty
like young
blocker,
kids, like I was saying,
yeah.
right?
So so the whole thing where it's like my young nephew or niece is saying they're a velociraptor. Cool, let them say it. Like there's no need to go to a doctor for that. They say they're a girl. Cool, you don't need to go to a doctor yet for that. But again, like that's if you're not even concerned with it. If like your kid's acting like a girl, if your son is acting like a girl, like they want to be your daughter at that young of an age, and you are concerned enough to bring them to a psychiatrist, and they go, just let them be, and we'll see what happens later on. Let them be let them socially transition, and if they change their mind before they change their mind once they hit puberty, okay, then there was no fucking damage done. Nothing fucking happened to your kid. They're still the same kid that you love and raised, and they were able to do whatever they wanted to do to make themselves happy. But if they're still wanting to go on with the transition to female once they're there,
woman.
or I'm saying teenager here, teen, so I'm still gonna say girl. Then give them the puberty blockers in order to give them just a little bit of extra time. That way they're not hit with the hormones that they don't want to deal with if they truly are fully trans and don't want to deal with those hormones of the gender that they do not feel that they are at all.
So do you not feel like that's a bit like of escapism, like from reality? Like
It's
I'm
not.
still kind of
It's not.
I'm still kind of stuck there because
Right,
what you
because
feel
you're
in
gonna
your
probably be
hold on,
in
wait, hold
therapy
on,
Hold
hold on,
on,
hold
though,
on, hold on,
quick,
hold
right?
on, wait,
let me,
wait, wait,
Sorry,
wait,
sorry.
wait,
Go ahead.
wait.
Go ahead.
So I only call it escapism because to when you look at the definition, fuck, I'm gonna be like Dream. When you look
Oh
at the
Lord.
definition, fuck.
Welcome to
Okay,
Republican Party again.
Last
It's good to
night
have
was
you here.
fun.
When you look at the definition, no, no, but on a serious note, when you think about what escapism is, it's literally like you're trying to do whatever you can to get away from your reality, to not actually address what you're actually having to deal with. It's you're not actually whatever you feel in your head, like that you feel you are, but versus your reality, like it's different. Like I feel like it's a bit escapist to go, okay, I'm gonna now give myself this puberty block so I don't have to deal with this problem. I mean, it would be the same if you like had a problem and you drank alcohol, or you had a
Okay,
problem
no,
and you
I like
smoked.
the
okay.
distinction.
Now
I
there,
know
now I
I'm
will have to
I'm
pause you. I will have to
I
stop
have a
you. I will
serious
have to stop
drinking
you there.
opportunity.
No.
So I will have to stop you there. Like I said, like I've already said, puberty blockers have been used for many decades. Even before, like when it was first created, I don't even know if
You're
like
not, you're not.
the whole
Hold
thing.
on, wait, hold on.
Good.
The point of it is it not
Escapism.
escapism?
Yeah.
That's the
Okay.
point. That's the
No.
question.
It's a
Okay, no, it is not.
disconnect.
No.
No, but it is a disconnect about what's physically happening to you and what you know inside of
Wait,
you
Is
wait,
be
that
question,
not
wait,
happening,
wait,
escape?
question,
right?
question, real
And
quick.
Because
usually by
okay,
then you're going to already be in therapy, right?
Wait,
So your
question.
therapist is probably going to be helping you like go through your emotions. How are you
so you
feeling?
stick to
How is
reality.
this
Yeah.
going? This right? But it's not an escapism because this is your like
It's literally just
reality.
giving you time to think more. That's what puberty blockers. They
So,
just give you time.
Is it though? Can I ask you a
so
question? Can I
Wait,
piggyback off
Right.
that? Just
And
ask
if
a question.
you're and if
Solus
you
first. Solus
Let
first.
Solus
fully
go first. Let
believe
Solus go
No,
first.
Sure, I'm
I just
sorry.
wanted to ask a question and I'll pass the ball to Gibbs. So I would ask, right? Why is it? Why would your biological realities that you just have to go through as a male or a female interrupt your gender identity? Why would they conflict with each other?
It has to do with how with how you end up seeing, like definitely with how you end up seeing yourself, feeling, and having your feelings in reality. So again, it's not even not escapism so much as you are. It's not escapism in the sense that you're saying. It's more you're escaping the pain. You're escaping the actual pain of going through what you know is not correct for you.
What is not what? So that's what I'm saying. Why would you feel that going through puberty, right, is not correct for you? Why would that conflict with the gender identity that you have?
Okay, so I'll use myself as a slight example here.
Please do. Go.
Okay. Obviously, I present more masculine. I identify as non-binary. I present more masculine. I act more feminine. I absolutely fucking hate my legs. They're too muscular. They're too too beefy legs for me. That's just me.
Did I
And
miss
I
something?
fucking hate it.
Yeah, no. Right, yeah, you did. Don't worry about it. Smooth.
Oh,
Just
You
roll
probably
with it. Just roll with it.
yeah.
You'll catch on. But don't worry.
So it's coming. That's
like, wait, what?
the funniest line to come in on. But yeah, but no, like I have like a weird, almost dysphoric feeling for my legs because I know that I present extremely masculine, and I know that my legs can be seen as masculine. But I am but I do act feminine a lot of the time. I don't mind presenting masculine, up top and stuff like that. It's a
Wait, so
it's a
would you
super
not feel
weird
that way
thing.
if people? Would you not feel that way if people didn't react to your legs as if they were masculine?
People react to my height.
No, but I'm saying,
when-
but the
with that.
specific example you gave was your legs. I'm saying, like, if
I just hate seeing them. No one sees them. I just hate them.
Right. It's not
No
about
one sees
other
them.
people.
I never wear anything that shows my legs. I hate wearing anything.
Just for
that
the
shows my
record,
legs.
I think that the cat ears are the epitome of masculinity. You're really letting the people know.
Can we get a
Yeah,
uwu
the
hikey?
cat ears for the win.
Uwu.
Ooh,
Uwu for
yeah,
the
hit 'em with
W.
the ooh.
I'm gonna give you a masculine uwu and yan.
We need both.
please don't, please don't, we don't.
Yes, Stolas. Hey
What is
yo.
going on here?
Hey
Where we
yo. I'm
What is
I'm gonna
going on? I didn't sign
I
up.
don't-
I'm gonna
I
need
know.
to record
Sorry.
that and then like set that as my like
Hearing
alert.
him say that and then hearing Debate Queen say, "Hey yo, I don't never need that to happen again." What my nigga
I
Ben
always
beat him, bro.
say Ayo when
You
he
don't say
like
it right,
does
though.
his
You
or
gotta- you
excuse
gotta-
me,
you gotta-
when they
you gotta-
do when they
You're not.
do
You're not.
their
You don't.
like
You don't. You don't do it
I
with the.
love Razor's
you like my voice.
uwus.
But you're not
If you
hitting
like
it with
if you
the
like
hey
my voice,
yo.
I
You're not.
think,
You're not. You gotta hit it with the
I'm
emphasis. You feel me?
I might start
Ah.
working on some ASMR
I had a
content.
question, but I
and
totally
go
forgot
over
it.
the
No,
motions
Gibbs.
I
I
do.
was
No,
gonna pass the
it's
ball to
fine.
Gibbs. That's all.
Yeah, I
No,
mean,
Gibbs. No, get balls in your hand. Get us out of this, bro. I
So I had a question, but I mean, I honestly, I might have lost it with the uwu. My ADHD is so bad, it'll come back to me. What were you just? Well, yeah, I'm sorry. What were you just
the
talking
question
about?
I asked Razor, why would your biological reality, what you have to go through during
I'm
puberty?
sorry. I'm sorry. So what were y'all
Yeah,
just
I
talking
wanna
about
answer
before
that
the question?
after.
So my original question was, is it not escapism to
Oh,
not
perfect.
address it?
I remember the
Yeah.
question now. I'm sorry. So, all right, let me ask this. So, I hear a lot of this. I heard a lot of this during COVID, and I'm gonna be honest. So, like, my COVID response wasn't necessarily not don't trust the science. It was fuck the science. I care about the economy. I have more friends died of suicide than COVID. Right? Like that. I mean, that's just once again we're gonna color my background. So, and it was because of the lockdowns, the economics. Right? So, anyway, with that being said. That being said, I just like I said, I want y'all to know my background because I feel like I'm the only conservative on the panel. Um, I have a question. So I heard trust the science a lot, right? And I've heard like I don't know what was the psychological the book that they came out with different times. At first they had like gender dysphoria, and then they renamed
DSM-5,
it.
the DSMs.
DSM-5, yeah, the DSM-5. All right, perfect. Thank you.
Right now, I think they're at 6, but yeah.
So here's my thing. This is the same thing I had with the blockers, and even with the vaccine. I thought other vaccines taking like 8 to 10 years to come out, and these came out too quick. Here's my one question.
Hold on.
No, just let him know.
Hold that thought
Let
real
him
quick.
just let him talk.
Sorry.
Let him talk.
So yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, just here's my only question. I just want to ask this hypothetically, purely hypothetical, because we don't have the information yet. If in like I don't know, let's say 20 years. I feel like that's a fair number. 20, 25 years. They came out with DSM-6. I don't know how often they come out either. DSM-6.
I think they're at
DSM-7.
6 currently. So
Yeah, I
Right.
think
So
they're
let's
like
just say they came out with 7, 8. Doesn't really matter the number. Let's just say 20, 25 years from now, they have a study and they say definitively, because I feel like if definitively they came out and said this was beneficial, I probably wouldn't have a problem with it, right? Because like I said, individual liberty. But if it was definitively they came out and said this was a mental illness, I feel like that would really color the debate quite a bit differently. What do y'all think? Just that's out of curiosity. Not saying it is.
It's been in the DSM before, right?
Right. That's
And then
yeah,
we
it got removed
realized
because they figured out it's not.
Right.
Would you still be for it? I guess is what I'm asking.
Like,
Would I still be
yeah,
for it in terms of like letting people transition, even if it was considered that?
I mean, I don't know. Like, whatever the worst case scenario is, scientifically was against you. Let's just say, like, for the pure hypothetical, let's say it was scientifically very far against your view. Like, I'm a very much individual rights person, right? So
I
like,
would still be fine
would you
with
still
it
be for it? Okay.
because I would still be fine with it because for people to transition, even if the sciences say that it's a mental illness, because it's to not let them to Jesus Christ, to not let people transition to make themselves feel better is among the
That
same as you
Even if
have
it was
is
like
among the same
enabling
as
harm.
saying
that wait
Yeah, even if
not
it was
enabling
enabling
harm.
harm. Like so
wait
like say it came out and said it was like enabling
Hold
like
on.
a harm, like kind of like say like like being with your toxic ex, you keep them on your Instagram, you keep stalking them. Like I don't know exactly, I'm like paraphrasing. So what if like it came out and said this was like enabling negative behavior for your mind, like it's unhealthy? Would you still support it?
Okay, I think I may have been like
Hey,
misanswering
Right,
the
yeah,
question.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm trying to like clarify what I'm trying to ask.
Because
Hey,
when I'm
can you move your
go
mic
ahead.
a little closer to you? Sorry, I only have one good ear. I'm deaf in my left ear.
It's those
So
Turtle
yeah,
Beaches. You gotta watch out for that.
yeah.
So
If you could just move a little closer so I can hear you.
I think you're good. Okay. So okay. If I were to answer to answer the question how you specifically phrased it, where the full hypothetical, everything completely different, where it becomes that it is fully just a mental illness that needs to be changed, stuff like that. I would say social transitioning would still be a thing in order to mitigate harms, but then the medical stuff would need to be just the psychiatric helps and stuff. But that's with that's me. I'm answering just as hypothetical when I say that.
Right, yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
So
And
I did want to point something out, right? So the whole point of transitioning is to make themselves feel better. Is that not escapism?
It's
it's actually getting closer to your actual your actual reality.
What does that
Make you
mean?
What is wait what is your what Solus just said? What is your actual reality? Because if physically you're in like it's like I'm physically black. My actual
Mhm.
reality is I'm a black man. There's no
Mhm.
amount of skin bleaching I can do to make me not a black man. Like it
True.
can make me feel better, but
Okay,
I'm
so
still a black man.
okay,
So
so
and
okay,
so
this
what
actually
is that what is it doing besides escaping from my reality of I'm a black man?
okay, so
yeah.
You know what I'm
this
saying? But
actually
in
would
that
this
case,
I now I might actually be able to answer a
transracial
question.
stuff.
no, I'm not
No,
arguing
I now I get
transracial
it.
No,
right
no,
now.
he's not trying to have a transracial argument. No.
No, I'm not
Trust me.
having a
No.
transracial
I-
argument. I'm
I
talking
would
about
know if he was.
escapism.
I've had it 1,000 times. That's not the road he's going down.
Yeah.
Okay, so to better answer that, I need to fucking goddamn, I literally just had it. Fuck. I can finally answer something that Souls had said a bit back. When it comes to like how people will say like what their biological reality is. The people I was talking about earlier with the Transatlantic Call-In show, Katie Montgomery, Arden Hart, and all them, they fully fucking acknowledge when it comes to what their biologics are. They know what they were born as. They know what trans means. It's opposite. It literally, they know what it is. They know that what they are biologically, but they also know that they are still women, even though they know that they were born as men. They're not trying to deny that. They don't ever want to deny that.
Hold on, let him
fully.
finish. Wait,
No,
let
for
him
the sake of
finish.
clarity.
Solid,
No, for the sake of
solid,
clarity.
solid.
No, he's
Clarification.
words. No, for the
Let's
sake
say
of
clarity.
Okay.
No, for the sake of clarity, I'm saying no. You're saying like they're born as male, but they feel female. Or you're saying like men and women.
Like Arden Hart and Katie Montgomery, they know they were born male, but they know that they are still women.
Okay.
They are still female. Yes.
Female or woman? Because I'm saying the words matter.
Wait.
I know.
For the sake of sex and gender, the words matter. That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
No, and again, because of how society works, how language works, female and woman has become very interchangeable with like every common day talk between people like we're having right now. I can say female and I can say female or woman in a normal conversation and you'll know I'm talking about the same thing. A girl, I'm talking about a woman. the
No, I'm
entire
saying
time.
the kid.
So,
In the
But-
kid
so my
no, because I was trying to
my
understand. Go ahead, Smooth. My bad. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah. So no, so I guess I'm having the same like mental logic like part where I'm messing up at in your statement. You said they understand that they were born men, but they
Mhm.
are women.
Yes,
Is that what you said?
yes.
That's not.
Do you
Yeah.
know? Do you know what do you know what a prefix is? I'm just like, I'm not trying to be mean when I say that.
Wouldn't it be more
You know what a
logical to
prefix
say that
is?
they were born male, but they were always women? How the fuck? Wouldn't that be more logical? Wouldn't that make more sense?
Wait, say it again.
Because when were they? When? No, actually, didn't think about it. Wouldn't it be more logical to say that they were born male, but they were always women? There was no time and point where they were a man, because that's literally like they're literally
No, that is their argument. They know what they were born as, but they've always been women. They just had to go through the transition to get to that point.
So now my question is this. Now my question is this: if as a society we kept the same bimodal system, but we then let people express their masculinity however they wanted to, and express their femininity however they wanted to, we could just eliminate the terms and people could just do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. Correct?
What can I ask?
Because you
Right.
wouldn't have to transition if you could just be a man that
Gender
likes
abolitionist.
makeup and
Okay,
being
that's
addressed.
that is gender abolitionism, which actually
Where's
that's
Nina?
very
Where's
close
Nina?
to what it is. That's actually more what I am for. I'm more for gender abolition, but which is part of why I choose to go with the non-binary. I choose to go with the non-binary, not only because I feel it, but also it just works better than trying to say I'm either. I know I'm biologically male, but my gender, I don't give a fuck.
But
I'm going to do what I want.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I got to do the thing again, the other side of the argument, because again, I've heard this said before. If we were tomorrow to just get rid of all gender and go back to sex, we would most likely just create gender again. I'm not gonna hold you. I think it would just make
That's
itself.
the other. That's the other side. of the
No,
argument.
that's not.
No. We wouldn't go back to sex. No, we wouldn't even go back to sex. Gender abolition would just be gender. People are allowed to do whatever they want, regardless of what their sex is, and gender rules wouldn't exist. Someone who is biologically female.
No, wait a second. No, I'm saying
I want to clarify.
I'm a libertarian socialist.
Hold on, wait,
yes.
wait.
I
Hold
knew
on.
it.
Go ahead, Smooth. What's up? Go ahead.
Wait, hold on. So what I'm
How does that
saying
even make
is,
sense?
what I'm saying is, like, you can have the guy, like, let's just start from the top, right? At the top you have like you have your man's man, you know what I'm saying? So you have like the dude that does like I go out and hunt, I chop wood, you know what I'm saying? I watch
Women hunt too,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Giga Chad,
ESPN all day, that's what's on. He's your man's man. He has like several guns and like he's
yeah,
for the military. He's
So you're
that guy.
describing me.
Then you go down. Then you go down, and you have like you have a more like chill guy. You know what I'm saying? But like he may like, oh, I go get pedicures or I go get manicures or whatever. Like that guy. Then you start going further. No.
No, he's fucking with you, but he gets you.
I'm just saying, like you're going further and further down the scale. Now you have this guy that kind of acts feminine. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he's not necessarily.
What I'm saying though is, even if we got rid of all gender, if somebody was like, "Hey, you are a male, so therefore, I think due to your biological reality, you should start doing blank, 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 and blank," we would just recreate gender all over again. It would just come back. That's
the thing.
That's what I'm. That's so. But here's to talk back to you. Like that's what I'm advocating for not doing. Like if we just got rid of that completely.
Never attributing anything. You can be
a man and you can express your masculinity however you feel like, but you are a man, so you're stuck. So you're addressing your reality, but you can then be whoever you want to be, but you're always still a man.
But I'm saying this does not respond to what I'm saying. I'm saying that. Are you saying that you are aiming for a reality in which we never look at males, not men? Fuck that. Gender is not here. We're just talking about sex. You're a male. You are biological.
Words. I see.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like we live in a society. There is no gender. Gender doesn't exist.
If we're going by scientific phrasing, then this is good.
Right, yeah, we're literally like you are a male. You are physically blank, 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 and blank. So society, we think that you ought to do blank, 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 and blank. You're operating inside of where we don't do that anymore.
So no,
again,
that so right.
so
Okay.
wait, hold on. He
My
asked
bad.
me.
I feel like
what
you're.
I'm-
I feel like you're on my side on this one.
Yeah.
I think you're on my side.
We're probably a bit on the same page on this note. As a male, you can do whatever you feel like doing as a male and
Mhm.
still maintain your masculinity. It would be a society where you no longer look at somebody and say, "Oh, you're less of a man for doing blank."
They have a
You know
word
what I'm
for
saying?
that.
It's the same as you're not less of a woman for not doing blank. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
Yeah,
it
there's a
creates
word
a
for that.
space for you to literally be yourself.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
word is libertarianism. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for
So,
like
like,
believe
a
in. That's
soc-
what you're arguing. You're
Queen,
arguing. You're arguing individual liberty. That's what you're
so
literally arguing
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
so
No, yeah.
so a
Like
society where we don't look at
libertarian
men and
socialism is a
say
thing. So
no,
don't
no.
worry,
So a
Queen. That's a very
society where
left
we
wing
don't
thing.
look at men and say, okay, man, you're physically stronger. You should do hard labor. A society where that's like taboo, and that's not something we
So
do.
I would put it like this. I would put it like this. You would address each male in whatever aspect that they're in, right? So if he comes to you and he's like, "Yo, I want to do physical labor. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big strong dude. I want to do physical labor." Cool, dude. Here's avenues to where you can use your strengths and you know what I'm saying and express yourself
Yep.
and do that.
It-
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's the same way with
And then
like
someone who and
if
then
you have a girl's girl, you know what I'm saying? Like she's a girl's girl, like, oh, I want to take care of people. I wanna run a daycare, whatever like nurturing things she wants to do
I hate
as a
that so
woman.
much.
Like no, I'm just saying, like
No,
if she wants to
I
There
was
are
just,
women like that.
just talking to myself. Don't worry, don't worry.
yeah.
yeah.
Like if she just wants to like if that's what her thing is and she's like really girly, she wants to be a princess,
No, I'm with you. That's
what
what I'm asking you. Like you're
Yeah.
saying, you want to live in a society where we attribute no roles to somebody due to their sex.
Exactly.
Oh, so they just do whatever they want. Is that what you're saying?
They do whatever they want so
libertarianism.
long as they're not hurting other people.
Yeah.
Welcome,
That's
welcome to
gender
the
abolition.
public
That's gender abolitionism. That's
Yeah,
like
but
the
I would
like
say
the best
this. But here's my counterpoint to that. If you have a particular role, like for instance, like I don't know, like a firefighter, there would still be actual requirements for like, yo, you need to be able to lift.
Right,
you
right
know what I'm saying?
backwards.
Like no, but here's the thing though. You would have roles.
You would
in
think
things where
majority, yes,
you would
but
need-
there are
you would
plenty of
need-
female
you would need
firefighters.
these prerequisites to be able to do it. That doesn't
Yeah, no,
mean
there
a
are-
woman
no,
wouldn't be able to
wait,
do
no,
it.
holy shit! Can I walk you through this because we're literally
female
doing
be
it?
able
Wait,
to
no, wait a second. Can I walk you through this? What we're doing? And do you know who would mostly be qualified to do that job? Mostly males. Mostly only males would be able to do that job.
And
eventually we would start to
That's not that big of
associate.
it. No, that's
No,
not
we
that
would-
big of a deal, though.
No.
Just
We
so
would
long
eventually
as you're
start to
not,
associate
so long as you're
that
not making
with
it the
males.
only thing that people.
No, I'm saying no. The people that would be most fit to do that would be males, and eventually, as a society, we would start to associate that role, that job, that thing with the people who are the best at it, and that would be males.
Well, like okay, with firefighters, there actually are like yes, I get it. Like a lot of them are male, but they are starting to grow in number of females. Female firefighters.
So here's the
which that's actually
here's
needed.
my
Same with
counterpoint.
cops, military.
Razor,
Like that.
with that
My bad.
that where he's at is like it's kind of like realistic because to argue the female firefighter thing, like they're still they exist, but as far as like actually like going out on the truck, like they don't go out in a truck as much as you think they would. You know what I'm saying? Like,
plenty.
What do you mean? I think
no. I'm
I'm
saying like not even if you've seen plenty. I'm saying they're not sending them out as much. And if they do, they're doing a role in that firefighter role that's not necessarily the most dangerous part of go in there and go lift this person up and carry them out the building. They're not doing that. They're sending the dude in
Not only
there.
they're not doing that, you wouldn't even want them to do that. Like that would be a fucking. That would if you like. This is where it comes back to like biological.
Hey, there is some.
Like
Oh no, there are
realities.
some women. No, there's some women out there
Still-
who can straight up
No,
kick
but
my ass and carry me
does
easily.
not-
So
some
No,
does not
no. Yeah, no. But back to the biological reality. Most of women can't do that. Like, if you had to pick right now, your life is on the line, and some of you care about life is on the line, and there's a male firefighter that has to kick down a heavy door, and there's a female firefighter that has to kick down a heavy door, you would want the male to do it because, generally speaking, males are stronger. I'm just saying, like, what would happen? That's why I'm saying, like, you just recreate gender all over again because there would be shit that males, fuck feet, fuck women and men, fuck all that shit and everything in between. There's shit that males tend to be better at, and we give males that role because they're physically stronger, right? And everything else usually falls to women. And we would start to associate that with males, and we start to associate.
I get where you're going. Like, yeah, in some respects, gender roles would still exist. At the end of the day,
go right back to it. About one thing,
but we just wouldn't. I just wouldn't want it to care anymore. Like, we wouldn't make it to where it's like people would start saying, "No, because you have a vagina, you have to do this." I don't want that. I don't want that. Like, you can, if you want to be, if you want to be a female firefighter, feel free.
Oh, no. I was just curious if, because he brought up the firefighter thing, if it'd be different. Like, and this is to Solus, I guess I'm asking this. Do you care if you have like a female pilot or a male pilot? Because I was curious.
No, I wouldn't get. You would have to show me a study that says like males are better pilots, or like that being a pilot is more conducive to like what biological males offer biologically. I don't, to my knowledge,
it's not like,
I could be wrong. I don't know, but I don't know that flying a plane has anything to do with being a male
president.
No,
you know
I was just
like,
curious. I was just curious about like
female president.
I was just curious.
Because my point is that like if you show me a study that was like, hey, males have this weird thing in their brain that makes them better at, I don't know, bussing down the information in the fucking longitude and latitude, and they can fly better, like, I guess, but until such study is presented to me, no.
I was just curious about if it like just applied to that situation where it's like, yeah, you may rather have like a male firefighter per se. However,
no, holy shit. I'm so glad you brought that up. I genuinely think, like, this is my personal belief. I think most gender roles came from a time where that was the reality, where it was like, males are good at this because of the biological reality that comes with being a male, and females are good at this because of the biological reality that comes with being a female, right? And every gender role, every dumbass one, the ones that don't even make any fucking logical sense, is like boys wear blue and girls wear pink, or a guy is a better pilot, or all of that stems from that. That's why I'm saying, like, if you got pink. No, but bro. The reason that they, you know the whole story, like they wanted boys to wear pink and girls to wear blue because they thought red or pink was like a more fucking like aggressive color and shit. Like,
they thought red was the aggressive male color, and pink is just, you know, a lighter red. So that's why as you grow up it darkens to a full red, and blue, you know.
But no, my point being is, I think all gender roles come from that. Like, even in that, like, well, boys are more stronger, so they're more aggressive, so we're gonna give them this. Like, I think all gender roles descend from a biological reality. And I think if you just got rid of gender, unless you were in an amazing society that like you could somehow vet this out, motherfuckers would just make it again. Because whatever you associate with males will trickle down to gender roles.
No, I agree with your line of logic. That's gonna happen. That's truthful. That's truthful. You give it another 30 years after you've done that, people are just gonna go back to quickly.
Oh no, that's why I'm not.
People are gonna quickly go back to readily identifying, like on Snap Notice, like, oh, who's good at that? Who do I need to go do that? And they're gonna go, oh, it would behoove me for this scenario. I should go get some women for this. You know what I'm saying? Or I should go get some men for this, just depending on what the scenario is.
Yeah.
Yep. Gibbs.
Okay, sorry.
Earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little. I don't really have an opinion on what y'all were just saying. I mean, I do have. I did want to ask earlier with my question that I asked the debate queen. What did you think about my question that I asked Razor earlier? What was your opinion on that?
Remind me what the question was.
Debate queen, don't let.
So it was the.
What? Solus?
You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it.
Well, I mean, you don't ask me. I was just curious. I got Razor's opinion. It was the
chance she probably. Yeah, there's a chance she probably agrees with the same thing.
Very nice. I just want to say, one, I've converted Smooth and Razor to the libertarians, even though I'm not.
I've always been a libertarian. I'm just a socialist.
I wanted to say for the record, I wasn't converted into anything. Like I'm that's been where I am. I've been
I've
there.
always been libertarian.
win.
Just
I've been
Socialist.
there.
For the record, I'm a leftist, I'm a socialist, and a worker socialist. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm joking, but I mean, so my question
Yeah.
earlier was, I mean, yeah, we're trying to have a little fun with it. Like I said, you know,
I
some
feel
some
you.
conservatives are real dicks when they come on here, and I'm like, yeah, that's not going to convert
Oh,
nobody.
yeah, this is
Right, yeah.
no.
So, as for my question, I was asking earlier, I asked, like, say we were on the, what was the word, DSM? Is that the thing I'm talking about?
Yeah,
The
the
Yeah, the
DSM, like
DSM.
DSM.
Yeah.
DSM 35 or whatever number you want. And so we're like 25 like years, and they say hypothetically it does like negatively impact people XYZ, because you seemed even a little bit more left than Razor when it came to children transitioning. Razor said he wanted socially. You argued, I think, that you thought it would be real negative to men, to trans men if they like had a period. So I was curious if hypothetically, just purely hypothetical, it came out and they said it was very negative. Whatever the worst case scenario is medically for your argument, would you still argue for the for your point? Just out of curiosity. That's kind of
Yeah, because if it's not negatively affecting everybody else, you're not like, who am I to say? Like, it's like depression, right? Like, everybody, like, I'm not to say, but there's a lot of people who's got depression. I got motherfucking depression,
Can I,
right? But
hi,
like,
gotcha. I
my
just wanted to
depression,
clarify.
because I got
my
depression.
okay, all day. Like,
Got depression.
my depression isn't affecting anybody else negatively.
Wait, can I
Right?
do the internet thing then?
It's only affecting me. So I wouldn't have an issue with it. Like, if you were like, I'm going to dress like a woman, I'm going to dress like a man, I'm going to do whatever. I have no problem with it because it's not negatively affecting me
What
or
about one step
probably
further?
society.
Hold
Like
on, hold on.
not the social aspect, but say like the medical aspect. Let's say like
Even
would
the
you
medical
okay?
ask
Can I
not my
Can I
motherfucking
can I ask
business.
the internet question?
It's not my business.
Wait,
It's
because
good
in
to
Hold on.
hear
this,
Let's
that.
host
Right.
the
can I
question.
wait?
Yeah.
So
I wanna
in
hear
this
the internet
framework,
question.
Clarification.
in this framework where being trans is deemed to be like medically wrong and like pursuing it is harmful, you can like draw the akin to like, would it be okay if there was somebody that was mentally ill and they truly thought the wall was talking to them? Would it be like right for me to affirm that what they believe and like play into that identity in this world where like this is a mental illness? Would you tell me to do that?
Who you asking? You asking me? Or?
No, I'm asking
That
debate queen.
oh, I think in general what you're asking,
But
right?
he asked
But,
debate queen.
Like, if you're
Okay, debate queen,
saying
debate queen,
like talk to the wall and the wall is, I mean, like that's a completely different like aspect than like
No, but no, but it follows as far as
medications or stuff, like, you know,
no,
like
but they're not harming anybody. Like, should I affirm, like, for example, right, in my real life, right, and that's actually one of the few reasons I don't give a fuck about nobody. Just like we're saying, to color myself. I'm a very apolitical person, but I tend to give a shit about trans issues for the sole fact that I'm a very mentally fucked up person. I come from a long line of people that suffer from schizophrenia, depression, and a myriad of mental illnesses. I've spent many an hour in a mental hospital, right? So I have a family member that genuinely believes that everywhere they go, there is a van of people trying to murder them, right? I think they're
oh,
I
yeah.
think the term is a paranoid schizophrenic, or they suffer from
Yeah.
delusions of persecution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think
Yeah.
it would be like, again, in this framework, do you think that it would be good of me to like play into what they think in their mental illness?
If honestly, like, they're not like being like physically, like verbally, like, you know, you're not like hurting anybody, right? You're
Yeah.
like not like, you're not, you know, out there being crazy and shit, like you're hurting
Mhm.
people. And if you're just like, the wall is me, the me is the wall, I'm gonna be like, okay, that's fine. You
So-
That's
100
consistent.
Okay,
I respect
so-
it.
yeah,
It's
you
consistent.
can go ahead and 100%
Okay, so this is where-
believe that, right? Because you're just you, right? You're not like hurting anybody. You're not being, you're not acting crazy, right? You're just like, the wall. Okay, cool. The wall. All right.
So it looks like
Alright,
this is
cool.
where me and you, Queen, have to have a bit of a divergence on understanding with each other here, or an argument, I should say. Unfortunately, the bit you said without the depression and everything. Unfortunately, you having depression can actually hurt, say, family members around you. The way that you act can actually make them have a lot more pain because they're seeing what you're going through, and eventually, if not treated like it should be, you could end up offing yourself, where then you end up hurting your entire family and friends because now they've lost you and they feel like they've lost a member of a complete part of themselves. So when it comes to the whole thing of like if it's harmful to you, but not to anyone else initially, yeah, it should still be treated. So with what the hypothetical that Gibbs gave us, if it was shown that doing this could hurt you, it could then also hurt the rest of your family and more people who really wanted to see the best for you. But obviously
Or
I
you,
don't
or you,
I
if
don't
you,
agree with the
or you.
hypothetical.
Sure.
Yeah, but I don't obviously don't agree with that hypothetical because obviously, but that's just how it comes across. When to answer that question, it would be I would still let them do the thing, but I would want the medical, like psychiatric help to make sure that they can fix themselves to where they're not going all wrong. But in that one hypothetical,
Right. Yeah, I mean, I just was asking, not because I was trying. Like, I hate. All right, so I'm gonna be honest. Here's
like
like,
you want a consistency.
well, it's not even the consistency. So I'm gonna be honest. I'm just gonna like maybe like wrap myself out on like how my one pet peeve with Twitch poll and really the poll in general on these sites is I feel like a lot of people like genuinely ask questions like for gotcha questions, and that's not necessarily what I was doing right there. Yeah, I hate that shit. Like sometimes it's fine, you can set them up, whatever. But
It's
like
done to me on Twitter, and I'm just like, I ain't engaging
no,
with this
no,
shit.
right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we all know the
yeah.
gotcha questions. So like my thing is less that, and like sometimes like with that kind of question, I wanted to like give a worst case scenario. Maybe consistency is the right word. I'm not really sure. That wasn't really what I was thinking about. But so I could actually see, like, I like to see how people think, just so I can understand where they're coming from, because I feel like politics is really like a discussion, and like like I said, I'm more conservative than all y'all. So if I can't understand like how you think, it's hard for me to like empathize with you, right? Like, so I'm trying to like understand
That makes
where you're
sense.
coming from mentally. Like that's why I
Yeah.
ask those kind of questions. I mean,
Yeah,
I've
no,
always
no,
like
no.
gotcha.
And
That's
you
why
said
you're
that
good.
and you initially said you were coming out of a good faith. And so because of that, like, I don't think
Trying.
I don't think you were going to like, be like, oh, gotcha. Like, I feel right there with you. Like, I'm not here to like be gotcha. Really, honestly, I'm just here to like discuss. I'm not here to change anybody's mind. I'm just here to parse out different people's ideas and things. And maybe we can come to like a conclusion. And like, it's okay to disagree and that's all fine and dandy. But at the end of the day, this is just a discussion on where people are.
So I mean, I'll even jump in on that if you want my take on that, just for funsies. Like, so like it's the same take as I had before. To be totally honest, even if everything went out negative, like I like really can sympathize with this as a conservative, because like I said, I'm not a religious conservative. I have a religious background, but like I'm not quite a libertarian. I'm like a Texas like almost neocon, like ultra capitalist, like individual rights kind of guy, right?
You're a
So
rare
like,
breed.
yeah, I know. I'm not a Trumpian. I'm not a Trumpian conservative either. Goddamn populist. Anyways, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Thank God.
Yeah,
Alhamdulillah.
right. Yeah. I mean,
Alhamdulillah.
I don't know if I'm any better. I mean, we're over here trying to invade for oil and saying, hey, that's why we're here. But anyway, I'm sorry. But
Yes.
like, that's a joke, but not really. But anyway,
Yeah,
is
I
that I'm
get it.
making, the point is I'm making, like, I can like empathize with the individual liberty aspect of it, like a lot. Like I don't want to, like, for example, Texas hasn't decriminalized weed in all of its areas, right? And so like I don't want the government telling me what I can and can't smoke in my own home. Like if I want to smoke heroin or smoke rocks, who is the government to tell me I can't do that in my own home? Now it sounds like a meme, but this is really a Texas mindset. Like the same thing with the guns. We're like, fuck the government. They came for our guns. We got them once, right? Like it's like a very like so like same thing. So when I look at the trans issue, I like my only concern as a conservative, as like an individual liberty conservative, is for the children. I think that people aren't capable of making decisions before a certain age. I don't know what that age is, right? But like I also sympathize with, like, if I genuinely thought that I was the wrong person in the wrong body, right? Then I would want to be able to fucking do what I fucking want, right? Like
Yeah.
that's something I would want to do as like who the hell is that somebody tell me I can't do what I want? So like that's kind of where I'm at. I just like I hate I don't know.
So for
Yeah,
like
I'm right there with you. Like, who the fuck are we? Like, if that's your decision, that's your parents' decision with you. Who the fuck are we? Like,
Yeah. I
so
would love when
I
Yeah.
think Phyllis had something to say.
I'll let others talk before I say it. It's kind of long-winded. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, because after this, I was just gonna rap anyway.
Oh no, so anyway, if I could talk my shit again and niggify the conversation. So as we're talking about trans people, and the conversation has gently touched on transracialism, it's something I always like to talk with Black people about. As far as like the social construct of gender and the social construct of race and all like prefaces like this. As a young man, I'm probably the blackest Black person I know. I'm pretty fucking Black. And like my grandmother was a seamstress that used to make suits for motherfuckers like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and would not shut the fuck up about how handsome they were. I've been working in a soul food kitchen since I was 10 years old. All right. My uncles and my family members were Black Panthers or Crips or like my roots as far as being Black.
More guns.
My roots as a Black person are really fucking deep. Like I'm pretty fucking Black, right? And as a young man, I remember in high school, I used to argue with my white friends about like the social construct of race and how I don't believe in it. And like this journey I've gone on, like trying to be as Black as I can possibly can, until I at one point realized that being Black is really it's a bullshit social construct that doesn't have anything attached to it. And I would say to myself, it's caused so much pain to Black people, this social construct. And it's a goddamn shame that we could never as a society come together to end it. But I would kind of walk away with this feeling of like, what I'm saying is, it's already kind of deep. It's weird. It's long-winded. Who the fuck is trying to disrupt this social construct to help a group of people? And then I woke up one day, and it was like a flurry, like a rush of people were willing to get rid of a social construct, but it wasn't race. It was gender. There were people willing to look at a grown-ass man, a grown-ass male, and call them by whatever pronouns they would like to be called, right? And vice versa for a woman, but yet like Black people, no matter what, have to be Black. Like one social construct, I saw people rapidly be willing to do away with it and get rid of it and change society as a whole to adhere to it. But being a nigga, you just have to be that. You can't. There's no fighting it. You just have to. Like, you're never gonna get out of that. I just want to ask y'all.
Do you believe in transracialism?
No. Well, I mean, you know what? Let me be fair. Like, the nigga in me, no. The nigga in me instantly wants to say no. But like, my honest answer is this: if in a vacuum there was some blonde-haired, blue-eyed man that could get a bunch of people to look at him as Black, I think by technicality, as much as it feels like vinegar to say, they could feel that way, right?
So what was the chick?
I wouldn't consider them to be Black.
Rachel, whatever. What was the one that's like the real famous?
Rachel,
I'm not meaning.
That's a great example. That's a great
example.
example.
I know who you're talking about. I was trying to remember it.
It's not me.
Yeah, Rachel, something with a
I know.
D,
Yeah, I know her. Like her two parents, both her parents are extremely white.
No, it's a weird. Fuck. It's like.
Instead of curiosity,
no. By like the logical definition of a it's
Oh, that's a hard one.
It's so no, because it's like if it's a weird thing of like, if I go 25 years as a Black man and get people to think I'm white, but then they realize that I'm not, was I white? I don't
like.
I mean, to be fair, I'm Mexican.
Okay.
Nobody thinks that though. Like I walk up and everybody thinks I'm white as fuck, man.
So for her situation, like I didn't even know that she wasn't Black. Like I literally just thought she was a light-skinned Black person.
Well, hold on, wait.
No.
Me and my grandma.
I'm saying,
who are y'all talking about?
Rachel
Dolezal.
He was literally the head of the NAACP.
Okay, yeah. Just making sure.
He was like, you want to talk about like
we're living in a simulation.
Like the hierarchy of niggerdom. Like she was there,
up there. Literally the head nigga in charge. We're living in a Boondocks episode, but no, but Smooth. This not that we can't talk about this, but this tangentially goes for my point because I want to ask y'all, as Black people, how do y'all feel about that? Like as Black people, we have had to deal with this social construct killing us by however millions, and there's never really been a way to get out of it. But society seems to be ready, willing, and able to do away with the social construct of gender like that.
I feel you, but also too, like you have to think about all the like the two sides of one coin, right? You got to think about all the light-skinned Black people who decided to be white because it was going to be better for them because they knew that being Black was bad.
What are you talking about?
Sorry.
Hold on. Okay, hold on.
Wait. Hold on.
Have y'all not seen the imitation of life? The fuck?
I have just this like kind of like conspiracy theory when it comes to this, including this conversation, is that the reason it's harder to do away with like the race aspect is because it's the only thing that amongst like the middle class and poor that will keep us fighting with each other. The longer we keep fighting each other, we don't see
Gibbs
what's
got
going
another.
on
Gibbs,
with
goddamn
climate.
it, that's
Round
another.
of applause. Round of applause.
He got
Everyone.
another one.
Fucking,
He got a
I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Climate wise, I'm sorry.
Alex Jones agrees with you as well. Welcome to the Republican Party.
Yeah, I was
again.
about to say
I
that's a
say-
classic
No,
Republican.
that's
bucket.
the
sorry.
left thing.
It's
is
so
like
good
the-
to see y'all joining us.
No,
over here.
that
I
is like
just
the
wanna
most
know.
classic
No, that's a
Republican
lefty
olive branch.
thing.
Like race is
I'm-
used to keep us divided. No, but yeah,
No,
go ahead, come on.
no, I genuinely do believe that. I think it's the easiest way to actually keep us fighting among each
You're
other.
not
Because
fully wrong.
think about it, as the profits keep. Can I be honest? I looked at a
Mhm.
graph the other day, right? I was doing something on the what's it called? The National Financial Post or something, right? I was reading like
Yeah.
this economic forum, and it showed that basically the wealth has risen so much among individuals, right? Not, but it's only the 1%. So no longer is it rising within like the 99%, which would be everybody else, right? So the rich, the few, as we all know, just keep getting richer and richer, and it becomes easier, especially for fighting each other. Why do you think the cost of living has gone sky high and they don't want to talk about it? I genuinely do believe
Yeah.
they use race to keep us fighting.
Who is they?
No, yeah, no, that's
Hey,
a-
bro, like
Rich,
I'm
rich,
surprised.
filthy
Hey,
rich,
bro,
Rich
yeah,
elite.
filthy rich,
Rich
1%.
rich
1%,
elite.
and I fully believe this theory.
Yeah,
I think the closest.
you do have.
I think the
you do have to
closest.
like. Yeah.
I think the closest and the most scared they've been is when we were is when there was the Occupy Wall Street thing. They packed that
The
up so
GameStop.
fast. They packed
Holy
that up so fast as far as like
GameStop
news
too,
coverage and everything. They packed that up quick.
I'm sorry,
Quick.
when
That was
games,
probably the scariest moment for them ever in their lives.
But I'm trying the
Then
reason
there was
I
also
say
the
is
GameStop
they is
thing
because like
first,
at
so,
what so like theoretically,
Oh
hypothetically.
yeah, the GameStop thing. They
Yeah.
had the stuff
So theoretically, hypothetically, metaphysically, if we were all like to wake up tomorrow and be like, we need to end race, how would you do that? And in what way, humanly possible, rich people have anything to do with that? Like, how would they even interfere with that?
No, so here's the thing though. When you don't have race, when you don't have race as an interference, and Moon, I'll let you go. When you don't have race as an interference, as a blocker, as a fence between you
It becomes a
and
class.
those rich people, you then have something else to look at, and you look at the fact that, oh, I can't afford childcare, oh, I can't afford to move. You know what I'm saying? So I'm stuck working this job only because I can't afford to move.
But
Like
Smooth,
you
you're
realize
not
that
responding
you
to.
now realize that you're actually a financial slave. So now you go, well, who has me in financial slavery? And then you go, oh, it's the 1%. And then you go, you're looking at them, and now you start actually asking things of your politicians. You start asking things of these businesses to actually
Yep.
give you the retirement that they used to give you.
But
You
this
start,
doesn't.
everybody wants to now unionize and actually
Solace, I
work
got you.
together to actually get what due to them.
No, I'm not. Not that I even disagree. I'm saying it doesn't respond to my point. My question was specifically. So this has been some shit that people have been saying for as long as I've been alive. Now, granted, I'm 22 years old. I'm not a very old man, but as long as I've lived, I've heard this from mad different mouths, right? So, in what way are rich people stopping folks from enacting this?
So here I got you. It's when they made multiple different classes. You got poverty, low class, middle class, upper middle class, higher upper middle class. Like they literally have I guess with this one is this one can be seen as social engineering. Social engineered a entire like bracket of people's income and wealth and said, hey, look at these poor people. They're trying to steal your things, middle class people. And they made it made it more of a class war. That way, if we do get rid of the whole thing of it being between race and stuff, they still have that to fall back on. Where it's like, hey, you slightly rich person. Yeah, like you slightly rich person. You have like these poor people want to take your shit. Like, no, they don't. They just want to live. It's them. It's the people who are telling you that
This doesn't know again. What is stopping Americans from waking up tomorrow? Because again, this seems to be something that everyone knows, but no one does.
No.
What is stopping Americans?
I'll tell you.
What? Go ahead, Gibbs. What's up?
It's two things. It's two things. I'm gonna meme on the second one, but the first one, taxation. He actually kind of hit it.
Yeah.
Like taxation's a real thing. So he hit it with the classes. The classes are always going to stop there from being like no races. If we woke up tomorrow and said there's no races, and I'm going to give you an example. So I'm Hispanic, right?
Yeah.
I look it right. Anyway, but like so right. I mean no, this
Habla español.
yeah, yo hablo español y padre donde en the Ringo way. Anyway, the point is though,
Jesus.
yeah, the point is though that like so I'm too white for the brown people. And
Yeah.
I'm not full blood for the white people, right? So, like, all right, so I say this with the taxes thing. So we talk about the classes. I think Razor hit the nail on the head. So you're gonna look at class warfare. You're gonna go in there and look, and they're gonna go, hey, who is benefiting from our tax dollars being spent? And they're gonna the rich people are gonna get turned to the middle class, which is like me. I'm the middle class, and they're gonna go, Gibbs, do you like that your money is being spent on XYZ stereotype? And then we could put like I don't know the racist stereotype of the welfare queen in there, which is really not even very
Thank you,
accurate. 'Cause
Reagan.
really, yeah, I mean, because if we were really being accurate, the real stereotype of welfare queen is some redneck woman out in the middle of Alabama with a Confederate flag on her trailer with like 3 kids doing meth. That's the real welfare queen. But like,
Mhm.
Thank
so like,
you. Holy
yeah,
shit.
I mean, yeah, and which is why. As a conservative, I'm against all taxation because I don't want my money going to either one of them. Anyway, the point is though, so that's where you're going to get them is they're going to go to classes and they're going to go to the economic. And then the second reason, the meme reason, is the Democratic Party won't let us do that because they need the minority votes to stay in power. That's the meme reason.
Eh.
Yeah.
Okay,
I-
that
I,
was a meme.
I
Yeah.
like.
I
So,
think a lot
'cause
of it is.
I'm trying to like. So wait, you feel that the
Okay, no,
reason-
okay. I was gonna answer that though a little bit easier for you, Solis, on that.
Let him.
Sorry.
No, because I want to understand what Gibbs. So Gibbs, you feel that the reason that race today, or that a middle class or upper class white American person is not willing to do away with the concept of race, which we can all agree is not really helping anybody, is because that they are being propagandized to demonize, like basically your tax money or your resources are being given to insert racial group, and that is
Yeah,
the
absolutely. And I'm gonna hit this with from a foreign policy one real quick. Let me just give you another one, right? So, like I said, I'm conservative. I feel like my Twitter and Facebook and Instagram feed is vastly different from all y'all's, right? Can we probably agree on that, right? So, I my parents, right, are like, for example, they're like I'm not gonna go dive into this. We don't have to argue about this, but they're very sympathetic to Israel, right? They're not sympathetic so much to Ukraine. So whenever it's hard for someone like my parents to sit here and go, why is my money going to XYZ group in the Ukraine? Or why is my money going, even with Israel, who they are sympathetic for, going to Israel whenever my money could be going to fix the potholes in my area? And like that sounds like it's not a race-based thing, but it is, because what are we talking about? We're talking about Ukrainians. I mean, I don't know if you consider that a race or a culture, but it's different. Or we're talking about Israeli Jews. We can talk about the Palestinians. Like, they're very unsympathetic to like, hey, why is my tax dollars going to fix this as opposed to my tax dollars staying home and fixing the shit that I care about? And I think, yeah, I do think that's a big thing, even among conservatives who do support like either both wars. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? And that's just one example. I can pick a lot of different.
Yeah,
But I
because
feel like it's a
your
very
tax dollars aren't actually. It's not even about that. It's your local tax dollars, but that's a
Sure,
whole
right,
different
right,
story, right?
right.
It's not even that your tax dollars are going internationally. It's the fuck that your town, your shit isn't fucking using their money right. But like, yeah, I get you. Like, like they're more like they can be sympathetic to like someone who is like racially like white or like who is Jewish and white, and then look at the brown people. Fuck the brown people. Like, well, why are we sending all that over there? I
No,
get you, but
I think you misheard. I think you misheard him. He said they weren't for them sending the money to either party.
Right, either party. Right, yeah.
yeah,
They're like,
okay. Oh, I didn't
yeah,
hear
because
that
they're
last
like,
part.
I mean,
My
that's just one
apologies.
example. Like, yeah, it's just one example. And I'm saying, like, with the foreign policy example, I mean, or like, say, even like Taiwan, right? They're like, why the hell are we going to fight China whenever we got problems here at home with the homeless? I got a homeless camp right outside my house, but we can send 15 billion over to Taiwan to put missiles in their pocket. Like, this is a real conversation I have every day.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's
Fucking foreign
what
policy.
really I think with that particular with that actually thing like foreign policy and everything, it's. I always find
I'll
it
just
like
use it as an
this sounds
example.
insulting when I say it. This sounds insulting when I say it. People have issues with being able to chew gum and walk at the same time. Apparently, when it comes to policy, they don't know what it means to multitask and take care of multiple things at once. We need our allies. We need people. We need to protect humanitarian stuff. That way, we have favors in the future. It's like, hey, we did this for you, so you're going to help us now, kind of thing. So obviously, our tax money does need to go overseas sometimes.
So okay, I'm gonna clarify that one point there, because neither of those people can actually assist us if our back was up against the wall, neither of those parties would actually be like heavy participants in assisting us. So no,
resources.
Well, it
no,
depends
so
if we're
look,
fighting China or not. I
no,
mean,
so
we
look,
would
no,
probably get
so look,
involved.
you have to no, so you have to go look at the numbers and go look up like what it actually takes to like be at war. Like if our opponents is Russia and China, like that wouldn't be our like those two wouldn't make or break us as far as like actually being able to do the job. Needless
We
to
can
say,
still print more money.
they would actually have more problems because we're at war, because then they'd have to deal with their own adversaries, because we would literally be like not able to assist them at all. We don't even have like anyway. I don't want to get down that road
Yeah,
because
I mean,
I'm
so
not
just to clarify,
I'm not supposed to uh, what do want to say is this: I do appreciate all of you guys for coming on. I really do, because I'm really tired actually. Like that's really where
That's
I'm
fair.
at. I've like yawned like 4 times, and
Oh
it's
yeah,
not
I
you
can tell
guys.
you was
Put a
ready to tap
follow.
out.
I'm,
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
yeah. I'm tired.
Yeah,
Um,
you're
come
good.
ask questions about Islam on my channel, yo. Yeah, everybody can come chat with me today.
yeah.
And
So I do wanna give you guys a actual formal outro. So again, I'll let you guys start from the bottom left and then just work your way around the screen.
okay, so that means me. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I am a Razor Sharp G96 on Twitter, Razor Sharp Gaming 96 on Twitch. Hit me up on both of those. Follow on both of those. I'm trying to get myself together to be able to have a schedule where I can play games every day. Mooncake, I will hit you up with I'll hit you up to play whenever I want to play Minecraft. Send me like a server,
Okay.
whatever your server is.
Yeah, okay, I'll send you my server.
Sweet, thank you. And yeah, I basically will just play games, talk the shit with whoever. I love having these kind of conversations. I don't care if you're right, left, center, whatever. If you want to talk with me, as long as you're respectful, have fun, and you're able to not be, a dick to me, I'll be more than willing to answer any question you have. Drake Queen?
Like it's you. Like
No, I'm done.
Smooth. You gotta learn how to transition. You gotta be like,
I
okay,
wasn't trying to
I see what you did there.
I was like,
I see what you did there.
trying to let you guys do it. I'm like really tired. Like so I'm
I hear
Yeah,
you.
that's
I
why-
hear
that's why
you.
I- that's
Okay,
why I did it.
okay. Sorry.
yeah.
Bro, he got a
Queen.
girl in a hotel waiting for him, bro. Hurry the fuck up.
Hey
dude.
yo,
get it, Brian. Get
mooncake
it.
status. Mooncake status.
Haram.
It's true.
Oh my god.
Ah.
Yo, that's hilarious.
That's
Y'all don't
what
know
we're
my
doing.
life. Y'all don't know my life. Okay, leave me alone. I'm finna go. The bed. There's a bed behind me. I'm going to go sleep in. Okay?
Oh, that
No,
fake
no, no.
bed? Are you sure there's not a couch behind you? Because I'm
It
sure
has
that's
to
not a
couch.
real bed. I know. I've seen your
Not
bed
that
when you
bed. No,
move
not
over.
that
I
bed.
Hey,
know. I
yo,
know.
what the fuck? You seen
To the
his bed?
after
What the
life.
fuck? Wait, what?
Well, when he moves over and it doesn't like the green screen doesn't get all the
Yo!
I
way
got some
over. So like
questions
You
now.
saw
you
his
can
bed because he was
tell.
moving over. Hey, yo, that's
I'm
crazy.
done.
That's
I'm done.
wild.
All
I'm
this
just saying.
motherfucking haram shit.
That's
All
crazy.
y'all
That's
motherfucking
wild.
haram. All
That's
y'all
what I said. I
haram.
said that. I got some questions now about this conservatism.
Okay, but yeah.
I'm the debate queen. Y'all can follow me over at the debate queen on all social media channels. I mostly play Fortnite. I do call-ins on Wednesdays and Fridays. Wednesday, you can come debate me, talk about any topic, have a discussion with me, or anybody who's a guest that like you want to come on and say some words to. And then Thursdays, I'm usually on ABE, and Fridays I host like a I guess like a I just talk about Islam basically because Fridays is our holy day, Juma Mubarak to anybody who's out there and is Islam or Muslim. And yeah, we just talk about Islam, and I do a call in at the end so you can ask me questions about Islam and stuff. So save those questions for Friday and not Wednesday, because I will not answer any questions about religion on Wednesday. I learned my lesson. Save that shit for Friday. Save that shit for a Friday. But yeah, so that's what I'll be doing later and stuff. So if y'all want to come by and say some words or learn anything with me, I'm down, because a lot of times I'm just learning too. So yeah, Admiral Gibbs, it's up to you now.
Oh yeah, so thank you so much for that segue. I really appreciate it. But yeah, so one, I want to thank Smooth for letting me come join y'all. He didn't really know me. I appreciate Mooncake vouching for me to come on. It's been very fun. I love arguing with people that don't agree with me.
I appreciate your follow.
Oh yeah, no problem. I also
Yeah.
want to say this. If you're not already following and watching Mooncake and Razor, they come on all panels all the time. I mean, I know we all probably come on panels, but they're not affiliated yet. So y'all need to go in there. Y'all need to go watch them, get them affiliated, so they can make some money.
Hey
and I can spread my
yo,
capitalist
that's
gay
right.
gifts to
You're so
everybody.
sweet. You're so
So
nice,
go help
Gibbs.
them. Yeah, I'm really not. I'm self-interested because capitalism's good. But anyway, yeah. So y'all go follow them, and that'll be good. But yeah, I'm Admiral Gibbs. I do sci-fi mainly and politics. I go on a lot of politics panels. We do sci-fi debates, and I also do really sweaty gaming, and we like to argue about shit. It's good times. Thanks for having me. And Mooncake, I guess it's you.
Hi. It was a lot of fun. Sorry, I was laughing. I just I know I know when Smooth hits that pillow, it is like nighty night. So I was just not having me cracking up. But anyways, sorry. I'm Mooncake. So on Twitch, I play Minecraft. I play League of Legends. I'm not very good at it, but I'm trying. I also do some political content. So yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitch.
Everybody
just
come play
Solist.
Fortnite with me. Play Fortnite.
My name is my name. I make music if you're into that kind of thing. My name is Solus the Point Guard, and I point shit.
And his
out.
music
Jokes.
real good too. Real good fucking music.
I interview people that
Him
do
up.
music, right? Like that's my thing, right? You know that, right?
Yeah.
Gotta
Smooth.
raise you up.
Smooth, nigga. We know you, but I can't. Smooth. Actually, not to be weird about it, but I was going to tell you this, and not to be weird about it. But I'm so proud of you on it. I keep seeing you in other Black creators' videos. You up there, bro? You out here? You making it, man? I'm not gonna hold
Yep.
you. You killing
Yep.
shit.
Real.
I
And
can't
on
not,
TikTok.
bro. I was watching I think it was a fucking playback video, and it was Smooth in that bitch, and I was like, yo, nigga,
Wait, let him go.
Bro, so I was watching a playback video, and it was playing one of Smooth's clips. I was like, wait, hey, I know that nigga. I full kill that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Smooth.
I appreciate that.
Invite us more, yo. Invite us more.
Of course. That's what I'm trying to do. This is part of my. I have a whole nother community of people that I talk to, but I don't have them on my platform. That's kind of weird. So it's like I'll bring y'all around too. I like y'all.
But hold on, get me over there. Be my Harriet Tubman. Get me over there too, though. I'm not gonna hold you.
Amen. Amen.
I'm so dead ass. Well, I'd rather be talking about music than debating
Capitalism.
motherfuckers about politics all the time, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. This shit makes me crazy.
No, for real. That's why I said
I'm
that.
for a
Like,
hybrid.
you know what I'm saying? Like
I'm for a hybrid
yeah.
system. Capitalism is not fully bad. I agree with you on that front. Not fully.
Yeah. Okay. So make sure y'all go follow all of them. Y'all go check them out. Audio people that listen to the podcast. I know this is gonna be wildly different for you guys to hear. If you made it to this point, and you didn't just go, what the is he on? I'm sorry. But you know what I'm saying, these my peoples, and I just wanted to do something different. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the debate. You guys can catch me wherever. And again, I kind of do play video games. So if you guys that's my main stick actually. I'm really good at playing games. So if you guys want to hit me up to play a game, just hit me up. Fortnite, whatever. I actually play and I'm actually good. So just throwing that out there.
That you
Nice.
like to send me
I
your
play Apex
your
Legends,
thing.
but I'm bad.
Send me your epic thing on DM. Okay. Anybody who plays Fortnite here, like come add me.
He said he's
Listen,
good.
if y'all want to boost in Fortnite, I have like the lowest ranking ever, but I've been to 2
No,
Halo World Championships, so
no,
I'm a super
he said
sweat on
he's
the download.
good. But he said like he don't want to play with no track. Like he said he good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm a golden god, blah blah. I can
I'm
do
just
a
saying.
game.
Yeah. So all I'm saying by saying that is like I'm prefacing that with like I am a bit aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm playing the game, I'm
That's
very
the way
like
to play game.
I'm very like, yo, this is where this is. This is where that is. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just
Like,
gonna.
you fucking up. That's what you're doing.
No, I never say that because I can't. When I play Fortnite, like I'm be honest, I'm not the best builder at all. Like
we play zero build. We play zero build. We don't build. We don't motherfucking build here. This is all zero build. This is zero build. We do not.
Oh, we play zero build. Okay, let's go.
I'm her friend now. Yeah,
not do that. Nope.
Okay, then everyone plays League of Legends.
I play League.
I know what League is. I played League, but I don't have a PC to play League.
I have self-respect, so I don't play that shit.
Phone though, right?
There we go, Solis.
League is on the phone?
Yeah, they have what?
It is.
Smooth.
I'll think about opening my league. I'll think about opening my league back up.
For my brother in Christ. I have
terrible,
never seen
so
someone
you're gonna hate
play
me, Moon.
League of Legends and be happy at the same time. Don't do it. Just don't.
Yeah, League is
There's a reason we call them degenerates. Don't do it.
No, so I used to.
League no, so
I used to play Smite all the time and all that. Like Smite is like adjacent, like Smite and
You'll love League of Legends. You'll love it. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, Smite is like semi-toxic. Like League is real toxic, and then there's like Halo and Counter Strike.
No. Smite is
bad.
Smite is bad. Smite is bad. Like I end up. No, so look. So here's the thing. There's these guys. They had beef, like, but they kept rematching with one another. It was like a late night. So no matter what, they kept rematching and they kept battling each other, right? So I guess their fifth left. And so I became the fifth, but I wasn't good. So they literally spent the whole match in chat ripping me apart, like just tearing me apart. They're like, you don't know what a lane is. You don't know where the Phoenix on the is. You don't know how to get the DPS and the thing. We need you to get the mobility thing. What did you buy? Oh my God, sell everything you bought. Your build is horrible. You suck. I'm gonna tell you what to buy.
All MOBAs. Don't even worry.
Yeah, like he was on my ass. I wanted to cry. I was like, I'm trying. I'm trying. Oh my God. But anyway, I'll see y'all online wherever I see y'all at.
Peace and love.
Till next time.
Salams.